got the mic, he's taking charge. Carl's geeking out, his knowledge large. Ryan's dropping facts like a game pro. On Party Chat, we'll steal the show. Plug in your headphones, feel the beat. Talking games with passion can't be beat. From launch parties to quests untold, Party Chat's the place to be, we're bold. Favorite games of all time, pixelated worlds and icy climbs, controllers and joysticks we adore. Level up with us, there's so much more. Plug in your headphones, feel the beat. Talking games with passion can't be beat. From launch parties to quests untold, Party Chat's the place to be, we're bold.
Well, good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's time for another episode of Party Chat. We got my trusted, well, let's see here. I don't know. Friend might be a little too strong. My co-host, Ryan, joining us as always.
You already started, dude. I had to change it. You already started it.
We're going to be talking about that here shortly. And we got a recent channel debut on Open Mic a couple weeks ago, joining us tonight for the first time on Party Chat. We got Lord Slosh coming back. What's up, Slosh? How you doing tonight?
What's going on, guys?
Welcome. Glad you could join us.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this one.
This is going to be a fun one, as per usual.
That's okay. I'm here for it.
Slosh has been informed prior to the stream tonight of the never-ending debate between Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, and Ryan always likes to taunt me with the James Bond there. So he kind of knows a little bit of the background, but So Slosh, what you been up to?
Not a lot. Just we got a lot of rain on this side of the country, so it's been a little chilly, but haven't been able to get out much. But I have been playing some games and getting up to speed on what we were prepping for tonight. So
okay, yeah, we've had quite a bit of rain the last few days here as well. So, but yeah, before we get into our topics, that we'll get into that here briefly. But Ryan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I was playing literally BioShock 2 Remastered.
I saw
earlier.
you streaming that.
Yeah, I was having a lot of fun. And then, of course, I defeated Little Sister for like the 87th time. And all of a sudden, like, it's like they turned the dial up on the hardcore setting. I'm like going, okay, I don't understand. Like, I cleared all these halls. There's only one hall I need to go down. I'm going to go back and get things that I need to, like, recollect, stuff like that. And I was getting nuked from every corner. And I'm like going, this is stupid. I got irritated. Of course, this is like a 4-hour stream, but it was just like, Little Sister and BioShock 2 Remastered, but just BioShock 2. She's not a slouch. She hurts a lot.
Okay, because I saw that you. So Slosh, what we do before we get into our topics, we talk about what we've been playing lately. So Ryan led right on into it. That worked out perfectly. So I know that you've been doing BioShock 2. I think you did BioShock 1 on stream first, right? And then you went into BioShock 2. Okay.
Yes, I blazed through BioShock 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seemed like you got through it very quickly.
Yeah, it was like five streams.
Okay, that was more than I thought.
It was like 20 hours.
That's not pretty long for that game, because that game is not terribly long.
So,
now was on your recent BioShock playthrough of the first one. That wasn't your first time playing it, right?
No, it was.
Oh, it was the first time playing.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask that if that was your first time.
Okay, so I played BioShock 1 back when it came out, and then I played through it again about 3 years ago. I've never played BioShock 2 or 3. I was never a huge fan of BioShock. Like, I didn't have anything against it. Just like, yeah, it was a good game. It wasn't like amazing as most people cracked it up to, but I liked it. But people were like, no, you got to play all 3 of them. So I bought the remastered collection when it was on sale for like $10. I haven't played any of the remasters yet, but I am going to play them back to back at some point. So I'm assuming since this was your first time playing the first one, this is also your first time playing the second one.
Yeah, I've never played any of them. I've seen videos of people playing each game individually, roughly. You know, so I knew what Little Sister was. I didn't know that she's like a spider monkey that, quite frankly, it's well, she's just mean.
Okay, because I was gonna say when you say you're fighting Little Sisters, like I said, I haven't played the second one, but
No,
the
Big
first one,
Sister. Sorry, Big Sister.
okay, that makes more sense because like in the first one, they're protected by the what are they called?
Big Daddies.
The Big Daddies.
Big Daddies.
Yeah, the Big Daddies.
Yeah,
It's like you don't really fight the Little Sisters. BioShock 2, they introduced Big Sisters, which are
Yes,
like
that's what I was.
mutated form of the Little Sisters, but they're killer, right?
Yeah, basically, it's when they grow up, they have nothing left to do with them, so they, well, turn them into
Spider monsters.
horrendous experiments, kind of like Big Daddies were once human, men at one time. Anyway, long story short, I got so irritated because I was like going, holy like she took me to the freaking brink of like I had barely anything left. I think I had like 1 health kit. I had like maybe 3 Eves, and hypos. And I'm trying to go back and like recollect everything. And all of a sudden, everything is respawning around me. And it hasn't done it the whole entire game. But it felt like doing this, like, I don't know, 8 hours in. And I'm like going, what in the are you serious? Come on, man.
It's like that meme of F you in particular.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like you put the knife in your back and you pull the knife out and you stab somebody else with it, and then all of a sudden they pull it back out and they stab you in the back again. It's like, okay, you're just really being over. You're being very, very extra. It's so. Anyway, I'm still loving the game. I mean, I am absolutely addicted. I really am.
Okay.
Because it is a steampunk game, which is I love Fallout as you know. And that's an app.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've heard you talk about Fallout before.
I mean, maybe just a little bit. But anyway, no, I'm having a lot of fun with it. So
Okay. Are you planning on following that up with Infinite?
yes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hard charge through all 3 of them.
All right. So since it's your first time playing through them, what you've played so far of 1 and 2, which one have you preferred?
2.
Really? Okay. Because
everyone
hypes BioShock 1 up as being like an amazing game. And I think it's because people had such a high reputation that when 2 came along, like it didn't live up to the reputation the first one set. So people like, oh, 2 wasn't very good. This is just the gist that I got of the game. But a lot of times people are like, oh, if it's not as good as like the greatest thing ever, it's complete trash. It's like, it doesn't have to be the best thing ever. It can still be okay. So I haven't really heard a lot of good stuff about BioShock 2, but you're like more than the first one.
Yeah, I do. I like the story better. So if I actually had to peg it on a scale of 1 to 10, the first one, I'd probably say a solid probably 8.5.
Okay.
If I had to say the second one, I'd probably put it on a scale of 9.0 out of 10.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So, and the reason is because, you've actually seen some of my streams. So, at the end of the first game, you basically have to put yourself in a Big Daddy suit.
Yes, I do know that in the second one you play as a Big Daddy.
Yeah. So the second one you play as one who is one of the original ones.
Yeah, because you do play as a Big Daddy for a short period of time towards the end of the first one.
Yes,
you're not continuing on as. Are you the same character or are you a different character in BioShock 2?
No, you're the same character, but you put the suit on and stuff like that, and you start kind of like encompassing all those details. And I actually think
you're indoctrinated.
No. You have free will.
Okay.
You have free will, but you have to protect because again, the little girls were taken and they were turned into these little, like, yellow-eyed monsters. So anyway, long story short, in the second one, you actually play through that more, and I think it's a lot more fun to actually play. I think it's innately because, in women and men, regardless, you're protecting a little girl who's probably, like, I don't know, 7 years old. So, like, whenever the weirdos and all the freaking crackheads, basically what they are, they're called splicers, try to hurt her. Yeah, like it's a super motivator, and I don't know. I've really enjoyed the second one probably more. I think the story is slightly better, and that's kind of why I like it. The combat is almost 100% the same. The controls are almost 100% the same, and that makes the transition very nice. But yeah, no, playing through the second one, it's just, I don't know. It's to see the events of the first one and then to play the second one, you see that the events that unfolded after the first one, it's interesting. So that's all I'm really going to say. I'm not gonna really
spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. So
all right, well, cool. Slosh, have you played any of the BioShock games?
No, but they've been on the list for a while. I've seen a lot of playthroughs of 1 and 2, and I watched like full playthroughs of Infinite. I think that's the one I gravitated more towards the most. I don't know. I really like the city in the sky kind of ideas and being able to.
Come on, man. You like the racism, dude. BioShock. I've seen clips. BioShock Infinite. Whoa. There's going to be some themes in that one. But anyway,
I don't think I caught any of that. I'll have to go back and watch it now. I'll probably even like it more
either, but I haven't really watched much of other than what I've seen, like from short little clips here and there. So I don't really know. Other than I know it's like a city in the sky. I think it's called Columbia. That's basically all familiar. I know.
It's been so long since I've watched a playthrough of it, but there's a guy I follow on YouTube. He's been on there since like 2009, and I followed him since like 2012. So he's done playthroughs of pretty much all of them.
Okay,
but the third one I'm definitely interested in, but it's funny too because I love stories like with like water and underwater and stuff.
I was just talking about this recently. How I love like aquatic themed games.
Yeah. Because you're a big Subnautica fan, aren't you?
Yep. I was talking about that a bunch just on this last open mic with Atomic Patriot because he's also a big Subnautica fan. So.
There's one from the Amnesia group, the developers called Soma.
Soma,
that takes place
I have
underwater.
that. I have
That's
not
a
played
really
it
good game. Really dark, but really
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah,
but yeah, BioShock's definitely on the list.
I've seen some stuff for Soma. I want to play that too.
Soma's great. Yeah,
have it on Steam.
Yeah, I've got it. It's in my giant backlog, so I've dived it. So it's on my tag. I will play it at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun underwater game. You do a little bit of underwater stuff. Most of it takes place like on like stations,
like an underwater base.
Yeah. But it's really nice. It's cool.
So similar to you said you've watched a lot of BioShock, although you haven't played it yourself. I see buddy Vanquish in chat. What's up, Vanquish? Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a little while. Says, oh man, Ryan, first thing, Lord help us. Hey, what's up, Vanquish? And he says, I have never played through BioShock 2 or Infinite, but my wife is obsessed with BioShock, and I've watched her play it so much I felt like I played it myself. So probably something similar to Slosh.
A little bit, yeah. They're good games. I mean, and I love the narrative shift from the first one to the second one. It kind of reminded me of what James Cameron did with Terminator, where like, you've got like the big like hero character in the first movie. He's the good guy in the second in the second story. And you kind of
that's not a bad way to put that. I did not think about that.
Yeah, that's how I always thought of it. Like, and I like how they softened like the features of the little sisters to make them more like less like ghoulish, I guess, because you're rescuing them in the second game, aren't you?
Well, you can rescue them in the first game too.
You can rescue them or harvest them. It's up to you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The second game, I don't know. Ryan,
the second game you can rescue or so what you do is in the second game, it's a big thing to actually help them to actually harvest Adam. Because the big bad guy who restarted everything from the first game, and she, because you freed all the little sisters in the first game.
That's the canonical ending going into 2?
Yes, and
Okay.
so of course the big bad guy actually started kidnapping little girls again from the surface. And so they do make their features a little more soft, I guess, in a sense, because you have to work with them.
Yeah, because it's like they're more heroic. Not I want to say heroic, but they're more friendly instead of like like creature like in the first one.
Well, yeah, because again, in the second one, you're the so it's really not that much of a a leap to say that your character is actually the very first successful Big Daddy or Mr. Bubbles.
Okay. Okay.
As Mr. Bubbles, you always hear a little sister say Mr. B or Mr. Bubbles.
Yep. I
And
forgot
so
about that.
you were the very first successful one. You became sentient for reasons, but anyway, to help free them and free because they actually the original variants actually had one child they were paired with, not multiple. And
Yeah,
so
that's right. Because the little sister was always paired with the Big Daddy. I remember that.
yeah, so a Big Daddy could actually be paired with multiple little sisters in the first game, but in this one, you have a singular one because you were the original variant who was successful, the alpha variant. And so anyway, they paired you with a single child.
Okay.
And so anyway, you can actually adopt other ones because they're later variants, but you're still the original variant. So unless you kill their actual, Big Daddy, that then you can't actually adopt them. But anyway,
Okay.
the long and the short of it is yes, they're a lot cuter, and they, it's it really does kind of bring out the fight in you because these freaking crackheads, basically splicers, try to kill her.
Yeah.
And so I mean, and they all attack when she's harvesting something, and you're meant to actually defend her. And then once she collects enough atom, you can actually free her. So that's anyway. I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Probably said too much.
No,
No.
spoilers for that don't bother me too much because I'm probably gonna play it anyway. But
It's not a huge spoiler.
And that,
It's
I wouldn't say anything you've said so
slight
far has been spoilers.
yeah, they even made because on the subject of like changing kind of the design of the little sisters, they changed the Big Daddy too. He looks different in the second game, doesn't he?
Yeah, so
But that's a narrative thing, right? Isn't that just because you said like since he's sentient and all that stuff?
it is a narrative thing. So you're a part of the alpha class, which means you look
Okay.
like the original Big Daddy that you experience in the first game.
Yeah, the Chad Big Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have like the bouncer one, like Conan, who he's shorter, stockier, and has like that bubble head that you see in them most of the clip art and stuff like that for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then there's new variants and stuff like that, and then you have Big Sister, who is holy shit.
Yeah, I've seen a couple images and videos of her, but
Oh, she
and
sucks.
is she a mini boss or is she like the main boss?
No, she's a mini boss, and she's just awful.
I was gonna say mini bosses sometimes they're a little bit more difficult than the main boss sometimes.
I think I saw a list video just recently. It was like mini bosses that are more difficult than the main boss of the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's such a pain in the ass that, quite frankly, it gives you a time frame. It says, "Little sister is almost to your location. Get ready." And then, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds later, she gets there. So
Oh.
it gives you time to get ready because she sucks.
So is she like a persistent stalking enemy that can show up anywhere?
Yes.
Oh, like
I didn't.
Nemesis?
That's interesting. Yeah, like
Okay.
Nemesis.
Yes,
Interesting.
like Nemesis. Oh, she's awful. She sucks. So, and if you kill one of them, there's more.
Well, at least they warn you before
Okay.
she comes. They never did that with Nemesis.
Yeah, no, but I mean, my favorite part of like this stream is that I actually shocked her, and I actually hit her with hit her with one of my weapons, and it pushed her back. And when I shocked her again, she actually being shocked she hit the fellow Big Daddy that was just like roaming around that didn't have a little sister because I already actually cleared the level. Pissed him off. So then it was him and I just destroying her. So you have
That's
two
awesome.
Big Daddies just going to town on. I mean, she got nuked quick. I mean, but still, it still probably took a good, I don't know, 90 seconds to kill her.
That's still pretty cool. That's a great example of emergent gameplay. It's like that wasn't ever planned to happen, but because of the way the game is built, it can happen.
Yeah,
I like
no.
that. It's a happy accident.
Yes, that's cool. So Ariana Floyd is in chat as usual. Always good to see you, Ariana. Good evening, or Ariana. And Vanquish says, if it's a game is more than 5 years old, spoilers are fair game. I disagree. It depends on the quality of the game, because if it's like a not a very good game, then it doesn't really matter. But if it's a good game, doesn't matter how old it is. I don't want to spoil it for someone who hasn't played it, because BioShock is one of those games where I thought it was a decent game. It was okay. But it is up there in like top games ever for like plots and stories, and definitely
That's
up
what
there
I've
for
heard,
plot twists. Is one of the best plot twists in a video game ever.
For sure, yeah.
So it doesn't matter how old BioShock is. I would never want to spoil that game for someone. So, hey, Light's here as well, saying, yo, good evening, Light. Welcome to Party Chat. So, Slosh, what have you been playing lately? You briefly alluded to something, but you didn't say exactly what it was.
Well, I talked to you last time about playing Donkey Kong Country Returns. That's kind of what I've been going through.
Okay.
And then I have another game I've been playing, which will play into one of our topics tonight.
Okay.
So I'll probably save it for that. But
all right, when we get to it, make sure you mention, oh, this is the one I've been playing recently. So
no,
I
yeah,
can
absolutely.
connect the dots.
It's funny you brought it up too last night, not to get into the weeds or anything, but you brought it up about the topic tonight, and I was like, oh, well, that's one of the games I'm playing is from relevant to that
Perfect.
topic. So, but no,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country Returns. I've been kind of going through it, and I'm kind of mixed on it. I think I mentioned that last time.
I know I asked you this on Open Mic the other week, but is this your first time playing through it?
No, I played it on the Wii back in
the day.
Oh man, when was it? Like 2016? Because I got a Wii late. I got one late just to play the GameCube games because my GameCube crapped out on me, and
Gotcha.
I used a Wii specifically for that. But I did play some Wii games on it, that being one of them. I didn't like the controls on it at the time, and I remember liking it a little bit more at the time. I don't know. It's just weird irony, I guess. But I'm playing it now on the Switch, and I don't know. It's just I was trying to figure out what it was that was so different from the original games, and I think I nailed it down to, and maybe it's just me being spoiled on those original Donkey Kong Country games, but they had such a fluidity and like a rhythm to them. Like bouncy is the way I would describe that kind of platformer. Like they were a bouncy platformer that you could just go through.
I know what you mean.
With this one, you kind of have to take your time. You have to be a little more methodical. There's a lot of hidden items, like the puzzle pieces that you have to get through each level.
Yes.
There's when you go to Cranky's cabin, you have to get items that you can use to unlock later on.
Unlock a certain, like a locked level in that world that you can't get to any other way.
Yeah, and that adds a new layer to it, and I don't know. It's just the lack of fluidity that bugs me, but everything else is all right. Like the art style is starting to grow on me a little bit. I like the immersion in the game. I think it's pretty good. Like you can go for those who haven't played it. It's basically just like Donkey Kong Country, but you can actually go back in the background in certain parts of each level, and you can do like I don't want to say it's like hidden parts of the level, but it's like other areas.
Yeah, it's like an alternate path where you have you're normally in the foreground, but then you can have a cannon that launches you into like the background.
Yeah,
it'll be like a little section of the level, and then it'll launch you back towards.
And
the
it's
foreground,
funny because
you're a really
still
cool
like
concept.
You're still like tiny in the background while you're doing it, so it keeps the camera frame.
Yeah, it doesn't zoom in. You can still see the foreground the whole time.
No, and then there's one level I was at. It's at the very beginning. It's actually the unlockable level in the first area, where it's all sunset and you're.
I was just going to mention that there's a level that I played where you're just the silhouette.
Yeah, the silhouette. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
The whole level is a silhouette, and that art style on that level was really cool.
It was awesome. That was so good.
Although I think you can see Donkey Kong's, I think his tie, you're a silhouette, but I think you see his tie.
Yeah, his tie, and then because on the Switch version you can use Dixie now as an add-on.
Oh, okay.
It's like a DLC add-on, so I use her along with Diddy, and they both have like her, I guess the ties and her pigtails, they're like
Okay.
bright green, so they show up, and then Diddy's shirt shows up in like neon colors. It's really pretty. It's like it's gorgeous, but
Yes.
I mean, it's got
That
some
was a cool
pluses,
level.
and it'll probably grow on me as I continue to play it. I'm going through it kind of slowly,
Me too.
especially now with the new game that I just started. I'm just been blown away by that, which, like I said, I'll get to. But no, it's good. I mean, it's like I said, it might grow on me, so I can't say it'll top any of the original three. Maybe even Donkey Kong 64. I mean, because I really liked that one.
Okay.
For
I
what
haven't
it's
played
worth.
that one in a very long time.
Yeah, it's been forever for me too, but I'm getting through it. You know, it's fine. It's like I said, I'm mixed on it, but I'm leaning more towards favoring liking it as I go. The music's good too. I mean, the music's not terrible. But again, I've been so spoiled on those classic NES games. Like anything that seems like a follow up to those is really hard to top for me. So I can be kind of an extremist when it comes to nostalgia.
Understandable. So I'm playing through the Wii version right now for the first time ever because of the Wii Retro Achievement launch.
Yeah, that's right. I was about to say it's got retro achievements.
It's got retro achievements, so I started playing it for the first time ever. I'm also going through it very slowly because I was playing through the first level and I was like 100%ing each level, getting all the puzzle pieces and all the hidden items and stuff.
Okay.
But for some reason, I don't know what the problem is. The 1-5 level, which is the level that you have to unlock with that key you buy from Cranky Kong.
Yeah, is that the silhouette level?
It's not the silhouette level, but it's I'm pretty sure it's because every world has one level that you can only get to by buying the key from Cranky and then using it to unlock that level. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about it, but I'm pretty sure it's 1-5 is the level that you unlock from Cranky Kong in the first world. And
I think so.
I've tried this. I've literally tried like 20 times, and every single time I get to the checkpoint in that level, I'm doing it for retro achievement, so I'm doing it through the Dolphin emulator. The emulator crashes, and it's just this level, and I don't know what the problem is. So I cannot beat 1-5 because it crashes every single time. So
was this the one you talked about? Because you had to look up online to see if anybody else had the same problem with it.
Yes, we briefly touched on this on open mic a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because of that, I basically I put it on hold for like a week and a half, and I didn't play it at all. And I went back to it. That was probably already like a week ago. I went back and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna not do that level because it's not required, because it's like it's a branching path where it's just this level up top, but the actual levels to beat the world are down below. So I was able to beat that world. I just wasn't able to get the achievement for 100%ing that world because I can't get through 1-5. But I moved on. I got the achievement for 100%ing world 2, and I think I got the achievement for 100%ing world 3. So I'm pretty sure I'm on world 4, but my last achievement was on the 29th. So it's already been close to a week since I played it. So I am also very slowly playing it, but I am really enjoying it. I do like it. It is a little bit different than the original Donkey Kong Countries, because in that one you only had one hit and then you would switch to the other Kong.
That makes
in
a
this
big
one
now too.
You have 2 hearts, and when you get the DK barrel, Diddy joins you and you get up to 4 hearts, but you don't switch back and forth. You're always playing as Donkey Kong. But when you have Diddy,
that's what bugged me too.
He has like his jetpack, so you can glide for a few more seconds. So it gives you a little bit more traversal while you're in the air. So I'm really enjoying it. I love the level designs. I think it's great. So that is not the main game I'm playing right now, but that's the main thing I've been playing that's not on stream. So I'll go ahead and get into mine then before we get started with our topics, because I have not been playing much off stream. Almost everything I've been playing has been on stream. So
I've been watching your Satisfactory streams. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so that is by far the game I've been playing the most lately has been Satisfactory, because I've been doing that twice a week with Lowest Expectations, and that's been a lot of fun. And I'm itching to play it again tomorrow because we haven't played it since Friday. And I wanted to do some more yesterday, but he's like, yeah, it doesn't work for me today. So I was like, yeah, that's all right. But I've been really enjoying getting back into Satisfactory because I hadn't played it for like almost 2 years. I think it was the last time I got an achievement was in like summer of 24. But been playing that again. That's been a lot of fun. Like I said, I've been playing a little bit of Donkey Kong Country Returns. I've been enjoying that a lot. But the other main game I've been playing it, and I've been playing it on stream on Wednesday nights on the original N64 version. I've been playing it off stream on the Xbox version, and that is Ryan's favorite game ever. That is GoldenEye. He said he was going to show up for some of those streams, and he has not. So calling him out a little bit.
Our streams seem to overlap where I've been playing BioShock. So,
but either way, go ahead.
I was just gonna say in my defense, GoldenEye 007 doesn't need me to show up for everybody else to show up because it's one of the best. It speaks for itself, and just kind of like BioShock does.
You were going to show up and you didn't.
Well, guess what? How about this? I will. When are you streaming Perfect Dark?
So, all that to say is I have been having a lot of fun with GoldenEye because I haven't played it in a long time. But tomorrow night will be my last GoldenEye stream, and we'll be doing a few more levels of GoldenEye, and then we'll be switching to Perfect Dark, and then the next 3 or 4 streams for Wednesday night will be Perfect Dark. So,
okay,
I'm gonna be doing both tomorrow night. I'll be starting about 6:30 Pacific.
Okay, so 7:30 for me.
Yeah.
I think I can handle that. So I can stop by to make fun of you.
Don't if you're streaming, don't go out of your way. But I'll be streaming for a few hours tonight for GoldenEye, and then I'll be switching over to Perfect Dark. But it's been a lot of fun. And I briefly mentioned this backstage before we went live, is I have a little bit more ammo on the Perfect Dark is better than GoldenEye debate, because I actually did also boot up Perfect Dark, and I played the first couple of levels because I booted up Perfect Dark on the Xbox Live Arcade version, and I don't have any of my save data. So it's like, you haven't beaten any levels. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but I lost all my save data. It still has my leaderboard scores and stuff, but it doesn't have my save data. So I'm starting over from scratch. I've got all the achievements except for the one for beating it on the entire game on Perfect Agent, and there's one for getting all the medals in multiplayer, which takes a crap load of time. So I'm not it's a combination of multiplayer and beating the game on Perfect Agent. So those are the only 2 achievements I don't have. But I played through the first few levels, and oh my god, it was fantastic. It just runs so buttery smooth on the 360 version. But
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I know we dawned on that before, but they did like quality of life control improvements to them, didn't they, when they ported them over to the Xbox?
Yeah. So when I do on stream tomorrow night, though, I'm going to be playing the N64 version.
Yeah. Okay.
But the 360 version, it runs buttery smooth. And yeah, it has a little bit more of a modern control scheme because, on N64, you didn't have dual joysticks yet. But the one, if there's only one thing that I really have to rag on GoldenEye for, it is one of the worst levels ever designed is in GoldenEye, and it's the control level where you have to escort Natalia, and she just stands there and hacks for freaking ever while you get hordes of enemies rushing down the stairs, all shooting her, and she takes like 3 shots to die, when in the previous level, she's mowing over guys left and right with her Magnum, and then in this level, you have to protect her, but you can't because guys will just instantly kill her, and you didn't even know they were there because there's these glass walls. These enemies will shoot through the walls and kill her before you even know they're there. So shame on whoever designed the control level, because that is legit one of the worst levels ever designed and one of the worst escort missions in all of video game history.
I hate escort missions.
This level is freaking god awful. It took me almost 10 tries to beat it on Agent, the easiest difficulty. So that's just another feather in the cap of
It took you 10 tries?
After I had already done it off stream on the Xbox version. So all in all, it took nearly 20 tries to beat it twice. Once on the N64 version, once on the Xbox version. So that's another feather in the cap of Perfect Dark is better than GoldenEye.
Are you sure?
That level is trash. One of the worst levels ever.
All I heard in that whole entire conversation is Neo doesn't know how to protect women, and he sucks.
No, because you can be the guys come down from the 3rd floor, and you can shoot them as they're coming down the 3rd floor. But there's like glass all around that you can't see through, and you can't see it, and you can't shoot through it either. You have to wait for them to shoot through it in order for the glass to break, and they'll shoot through the glass and kill her immediately, and you don't even know they're there.
It's because they have armor-piercing rounds. It depends on the gun. So like the RCP-90 has armor-piercing rounds. The assault rifle, basically an AR-15, and I'm sorry, an
It's an
M16,
M16.
fully
It's the
automatic.
AR-33 in the game.
Yeah, it has fully automatic, armor-piercing rounds. That's why it busts the armored
The thing
glass.
is, though, you have to blow up computers, and the explosions don't even break the glass. Only the enemies can break the glass. You cannot break the glass, and they will shoot through the glass
What?
and immediately kill Natalia. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? I don't even know they're there. So that level is god awful trash tier level design. So that level can burn in hell. Vanquish and the hashtag you can't protect women. At least in Perfect, I don't have to because I'm a badass woman that
I was gonna say you're
handle
already the
herself.
woman.
She
I mean,
handle herself.
I
Although
guess
there is the villa level where you do have to protect a woman for like 30 seconds, and it's not very difficult.
I'll just give you this advice: don't play BioShock, because if you can't protect a full-grown woman, how are you going to protect little kids?
The little sisters in BioShock handle themselves better than Natalia does in GoldenEye.
Are you sure? Have you played it?
I played BioShock 1 2 or 3 times, so I just haven't played BioShock.
Have you played 2?
I have not played 2.
Where they swarm her? And they're harder? The enemies are harder in BioShock 2, by the way.
Okay. I'll bring it up when I do get around to playing BioShock 2. But yeah, Perfect Dark, I don't believe there is an escort mission like there is with Natalia in GoldenEye. And
that probably is the reason why.
The funny thing, yeah,
exact mission.
It's good that they took that out. They're like, hey, that was one of the worst levels ever designed. Let's not do that again.
Yeah.
The funny thing, and that's so freaking annoying, is that the level prior to that, in the jungle level, she's mowing over dudes with a revolver and she's handling her business. But in the next level, she's completely useless. It's like, what happened to her? So that level is god awful.
Well, that's also pretty close to the end of the game, too, isn't it? The control level.
Control is probably the third to last level. The only level after that is caverns and then cradle.
Yeah. So control goes from basically the control room of the satellite in South America to the caverns to the cradle, which is basically on top of the satellite, and that's where the movie ends as well.
I love that movie. So
the caverns doesn't really exist in the movie. There is like a
that.
brief kind of like smidgen of a glimpse.
Yeah, I was gonna say they go straight from the jungle to the satellite in the movie, don't they?
No, they go to the control room.
Or well, yeah, that's what I mean. But like, there's no caverns.
They actually, there's no caverns. Because in the movie they actually, basically, somebody oopses and ignites a bunch of fuel tanks inside of it, and the
somebody
liquid
who
starts.
Says they're invincible.
Yeah, and then so he's like, "I am invincible." And
I really need to watch GoldenEye again because I haven't watched it since like probably when the game were originally released. It's been a very long time since I've watched GoldenEye.
I'm just gonna say this from now on, though. Hashtag Neo can't protect women is gonna be a thing. Will forever be my thing. It's no longer is GoldenEye better than Perfect Dark. That's without explanation.
You don't need to explain it because Perfect Dark is better. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Well, if you have to play a game where you can't protect women because
it's not my fault the devs made it the worst level ever. But anyway, so I finished beating the game on Secret Agent. I've done a couple levels on 00 Agent. I do plan to go back and do that, but I'm not doing that on stream. But I did go through and for the retro achievement set, there's an achievement for beating each level in the game. Only on Agent, fortunately. But you have to beat every level with the enemy rockets achievement or cheat turned on, so all the enemies have rocket launchers. Oh my god, this has been freaking hilarious playing through with enemy rockets on. So I've done about half the game, and then I'm gonna finish tomorrow night stream. I'm gonna finish playing through the rest of the game with the enemy rockets cheat on, and then I'm gonna switch over to Perfect Dark. But the only level I've done that I haven't been able to beat, and I don't know how it's physically possible, is the frigate level, because in the frigate level, because normally you don't. Well, most levels you start with a decent amount of ammo for your PP7. This level, you only start with 20 rounds, and you pick up more ammo as you go. But when you're playing with the enemy rockets, everyone has rockets, so you only have the 20 bullets you start the level with. So, and that's not enough to get you through the level. And there's a bunch of hostages in this level you have to save. I legitimately don't know how it's possible to beat this level on with the enemy rockets turned on. So I tried it like 5 times. I'm like, I'm giving up on this and I'm moving on. But I was literally in tears on stream last week because someone pointed out in the chat. It's like, can you imagine being that hostage with a rocket launcher pointed at your face? He's like, if you move, I'm going to blow you up. It's like, dude, if you blow me up, you die too. And just that thought, like, oh my God, I was in tears. I was laughing so hard. Just imagining being one of those hostages with a rocket launcher pointed at their face.
Just so
I would just like to
cartoonishly
say
absurd.
I would just like to say for the record, let's not ignore the chat there. Nightmare's here.
I was just going to address that. So, what's up, Nightmare? Good evening, buddy. Saying GoldenEye. He likes to push my buttons just like you. GoldenEye is not better than Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is better, and we'll be going into more of why that is tomorrow night on Retro Rewind.
Well, I hope that Nightmare actually rewinds and watches this, because apparently Neo can't protect women when he has to do an escort mission. So
doing the best part first tomorrow, eh? No. Well, it is the enemy rockets mode is really freaking funny. So, but yeah, so that is the other. Those are the two main things I've been playing is GoldenEye and Satisfactory. So that might be one of our longest intros ever, but it's that's just how things go, and it's fun. So, all right, with that, we'll go ahead and get on into our topics tonight. And so, as usual, I like to offer our guests the option to suggest a topic. Oh, see, Nightmare's push my buttons again. Baja Blast is awesome. That's the only Mountain Dew that is not good. That Mountain Dew is gross. All the other Mountain Dews are fantastic. I don't understand why people like Baja Blast.
I got to be honest, I do agree with that.
Thank you. Ryan and I can have some common ground on something.
Baja Blast tastes like donkey ass.
Yes, thank you.
I'm the minority in this chat, I guess.
You do like Baja Blast?
I do. Personally, I do, yeah.
Okay. So
I blame Taco Bell, and you know what? Quite frankly, it makes me wish Taco Bell would go out of business.
Well, because it was originally an exclusive for them, and then
was.
they started releasing it in stores, and it's the only Mountain Dew I really. I mean, I like regular Mountain Dew, but it's more of like a tolerance for it than anything. I actually go out of my way to get Baja Blast.
All right. Anyways, as usual, I like to offer the guest the option to suggest a topic, and so we were kind of throwing some things back and forth until we figured something out. And so Slosh is a big fan of Capcom, and so we decided, what is we want to talk about our favorite Capcom games. So Slosh, since this was kind of your topic here, what is your favorite game from Capcom?
Well, my favorite franchise, or my second favorite franchise I mentioned before, is Resident Evil. So it's probably Resident Evil 4, my favorite Capcom game, the original.
That was going to be my next question.
I was going to say, usually when I mention Resident Evil 4, I'm only talking about the original because I just have no interest in the remake.
Have you played enough?
No, but I've seen enough of it that
okay.
I have a disinterest in. There's too many differences in what they've done with the remake to really pull me in. That original game to me it really hit, I guess, all the right spots at the time, and I know
you play it on GameCube back in the day.
Yeah, that was the original. I played it when it was originally on the GameCube. I played the PS2 version, which had all the extra content, like separate ways, and then it had some other stuff in it too, like extra weapons I think you could get and different skins for the characters. And I'm currently playing, or not currently playing it, but whenever I do play it, currently is on the Switch. And
Resident Evil 4 is on Switch.
Yeah, they ported it to the Switch.
It's like Doom. It's been ported to like everything. I didn't know it was on Switch, but that doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a toss up between Doom, Skyrim, and Resident Evil 4.
It has the most ported games.
Yeah, like they ported RE4 to the freaking. It was like didn't Apple have like a phone console or something at some time? I think it was on the N-Gage, the Nokia N-Gage. Like
I never had one of those, but I do remember that.
No, I didn't either, but I just remember seeing it on like so many weird, like obscure consoles. It's insane. But that's definitely one. I mean, it's definitely the one for me. I love the Mega Man games too, but I don't think they outrank any of the Resident Evil games.
Okay,
I
I'd
like the
agree
Street
with that.
Fighter games too. I don't really talk a lot about those because I never really played them a lot, but I've played the arcade versions of Street Fighter 2 and I think Street Fighter Ultra or 2 Ultra. I was really impressed. Like those could be my favorite fighters if I really got more hands-on with them just because of how smooth and how fluid they were. Like I've tried to play Street Fighter at home on console and it's not the same experience at all.
Okay. On the Resident Evil, since that is your favorite Capcom franchise and Resident Evil 4 being your favorite of the Resident Evils,
Yes, sir.
how many times would you say you've beaten Resident Evil 4? If you had to put a
It's funny
guesstimate to it.
because I was just thinking about that earlier, and on the GameCube, I think I played it about 13 times and beat it.
Okay.
On the Switch, I've only had the Switch since 2021, and I've played it maybe 5 times since then. So
Okay.
all told, probably about maybe 20
Around
times,
20 times.
maybe 25, just to be generous, because I lost all my data on the memory card I had on the GameCube.
Oh,
And
okay.
I had to go back and do everything, which was fine because I was like, I know, I can swing it, so I can play on professional, I can play on normal, hard, easy, and get all the achievements on all 3 anyway. So yeah, and honestly, that's the most replayable game I've had. But ironically enough, it's not the most hours I've put into a game.
Okay. All right. And then the other question I was going to ask you about, was Resident Evil 4 what got you into the franchise, or were you already into it and you were just you were super excited when 4 came out?
I was already into it. I started in, I think, 2002 with RE2 because one of my buddies was playing it. It's funny, when RE2 first released back in 1998, I remember in the mall walking by, I think it was Electronics Boutique before they changed it to EB Games.
Well,
and they had the
that's
big
what
kiosk.
EBU is for, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, they shortened it, is what I mean.
Yes.
But,
okay.
because it was like legit, like Electronics Boutique was the full name. Like we had Babbage's, Funko Land, we had all that. And they had a big kiosk of RE2 out in the front playing, and I think it was like during the holidays or something that I was like intrigued by it, but it was like because I was still I think I was like 9 or 10 or something. And like because I was deep in like the Nintendo era of my life. And seeing a game like that come along, I was like, holy crap, like these dudes are like rotting and dead. And like these guys are shooting, there's blood coming out of them when you shoot them. I was like, this is way too mature for like, even then I thought. And then fast forward a couple years, I finally got my hands on being able to play it. And RE2 was the first one I fell in love with, the original. And then I ended up getting the remake of RE1 on the GameCube, which came out in 2002.
Okay.
Later that year, rather. And then I played RE0, which I think I got for Christmas. Which the RE0, I know a lot of people don't talk about it. I liked it, but I can see why it's left off a lot of people's list because it's kind of like how because I think we talked about RE5 with Sheva, how difficult she was as an AI. It's kind of like that with RE0, where you're dealing with 2 characters and you have to do item management between the 2.
Okay.
One kind of automatically does stuff. The problem is you can get separated between the 2 characters. It's Billy and Rebecca. And like if you're in a different room than Rebecca, she'll do something. And if there's an enemy in the room, she just dies. And so you got to start over from your checkpoint or whatever. And that was the only part that I didn't like about RE0. But yeah, eventually when RE5 came out, that was the one that I kind of stuck with. And I mean, I like them all to an extent. Like even the modern games, I like to an extent. I'm just not happy with the current state of like what Capcom is doing with their games and how they're kind of encouraging the tourists to come in. And I mean, it's the same song and dance with most franchises and IPs. They go corporate and they want to open the doors for everybody. So, but yeah, it's definitely RE4. RE4 remake. I may play it. I'm not in a hurry.
Oh, and the when you first played Resident Evil 4, did you play that like right when it came out, or did you not get to that until
it was around release? Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was originally supposed to come out in the end of 2004. I want to say like October or something. And I remember it because my mom was going to get it for me for my birthday because my birthday falls at the end of the year.
Okay.
And it didn't happen, unfortunately. And I had to wait until January of 2005 to get it, and I
Okay.
got it like the first week I think it came out. I got the GameStop exclusive Steelbook. It's like one of the few Steelbooks that I still own, and I still got it on the GameCube. I just don't play it on the GameCube. I play it on the Switch. So
Okay. Yes, Resident Evil 4 is the only Resident Evil I've actually played. I never beat it.
it's the most entry level one for sure. For I don't want to say for normies or tourists, but I'm just saying for anybody who's curious.
No, I absolutely am a normie.
Is that the one that it went from being a survival horror game to an action horror game?
It started the trend for sure. Yeah, it's very intense. It's got very it's very atmospheric, but it veers into action. To be fair, though, most of the games, like towards the end of each game, they sort of veer into that action kind of genre because, like, you're using rocket launchers, while you're on a train shooting this giant head full of tentacles.
It didn't start the trend though, because like I started again, Resident Evil is actually my choice. Resident Evil 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then 4 came along and it got too arcade and it sucked.
The arcade aspect is a big it's one of the reasons that drew me into RE4. And like I said, I love it all for the most part, but RE4 was the one that stuck with me. That arcade aspect stuck out to me a lot. And I get the discourse with it. I know there's a lot of people who didn't really like the direction they were going in. I don't think it should have set the trend going forward for games, because obviously we got RE5 and then RE6 kind of tanked the franchise before they had to do a hard reset.
Yeah, they had to hard reset really bad with
Go back to the horror. 7.
7?
Yeah, okay. 7 was the reboot.
I can't remember which one it was.
Well, they rebooted because Capcom outright said, like, not verbatim, I'm paraphrasing here, but they were trying to compete with Call of Duty with RE6.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't.
No. When you play the game, it has like Call of Duty-esque aspects to it, but you're shooting zombies and giant monsters and all this stuff. And it's like, if you want to do a Call of Duty game, just do it like Capcom. Like you can do any game you want to do. You don't have to do a Call of Duty game and call it Resident Evil. Just do it. You know what I mean? It's like a shooter. Yeah.
Well, I always kind of felt like Resident Evil because I actually became a bigger fan of the Silent Hill franchise.
Those are good. The Team Silent games I thought were good.
The first couple Resident Evil games were kind of like Silent Hill light.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was a little bit more combat. There was a little bit more, but I mean, all in all, those are still pretty creepy games. I remember. And
I'll admit that Silent Hill's definitely scarier games. Like,
I
love Resident Evil. Like that, it'll always be in one of my top franchises. But Silent Hill, I agree absolutely, objectively, the scarier games.
I played pretty much all of them except for the remakes recently.
And, I was gonna say, did you like the remakes at all? The Bloober Team remake?
I have not played the remakes. I started with Silent Hill 2, then I played 1, then I played 2 again. Played Silent Hill 3, The Room. No, that wasn't The Room. It was Silent Hill 3. Then it was The Room. Yeah, then The Room, and I think 5 is where I kind of started to. I mean, I've seen people play Silent Hill 2, the remake. I don't like it, and I'm going to say this for the very same reason that I don't like the direction Resident Evil went in. They made it lighter.
Yes.
So it's not as dark
outside.
Outside. They made it lighter and less creepier, and it's like, going for what?
Yeah.
Because people are, what, pussies? Like, get the hell out of here. Like, dude, don't change. Maybe just...
Water down for... Yeah,
yes.
It's literally a watered down version of Silent Hill 2.
Extremely watered down.
Well, and I watch a guy named Synthetic Man, and he did a review on it, and he's done some like comprehensive playthroughs of Silent Hill 2, the remake. You fight like 200 enemies in it.
Really?
Which yeah, like you fight, and what's crazy is there's only like 4 enemy types, so you're fighting like 200 of the same enemy every time.
And I think in the original Silent Hill 2 game, you fought maybe, I don't know, probably 60 tops.
Well, and they made more of an impact in those games because of the atmosphere, because they were scarier, because you don't see them as often. It was harder to kill them. In this
Yeah,
new game,
and it
like
was
you get
pitch
ammo
black
stock up.
almost.
Yeah. Like you could see the night and day difference between like the graphical, like the graphics argument always bugs me too, because you have so many people like, well, it needs that's one of my points of contention with modern Resident Evil is people like to try to argue, well, they just want to port all the older games to the RE engine. And I like the RE engine. It's my favorite game engine today, but I mean, it beats Unreal 5, but not every game needs to run on that, like you get away from the atmosphere and soul of a lot of that stuff, I think.
I would agree, and I get so hesitant and almost grumpy over when they start calling it a remake and not a remaster. Obviously, I played BioShock Remastered. BioShock. I've been playing BioShock 2
Yeah, it was
Remastered.
like,
It's
are
not
there big
remake, it's
differences?
remastered.
It's just like
Yeah.
upgraded with graphics or something. Where it's like a
Yes.
graphical
They don't
okay.
really change anything.
Yeah, they don't
Kinda
really
like the
change
Metroid
anything.
Prime remaster.
Yes, that's the exact same game. The only thing that was added to the remaster was actually already in the Metroid Prime trilogy on Wii, and that was the spring ball, because that wasn't in the game initially. But other than that, you could it's exactly the same. It doesn't have the ability to, but you could switch back and forth between old graphics and new graphics because the game is exactly the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't look like too drastically different. I did notice though, like on the subject real quick of Metroid Prime, Samus looked kind of like, I don't know, like uncanny at the end of the remake or remaster.
You mean
than
when
she
she
did in
takes
the
her helmet
original
off?
game. Yeah,
Okay.
her face. I just I don't know. She looked a little too.
I need to compare them again, but I think I had a similar feeling when I took her helmet off. I'm like, I think I liked her face better in the original version.
Yeah, it was like she's got like wrinkles. Nothing. I'm not saying it's not even that. It's I can't even put my finger on it. It's just she just looked like hyper realistic, I think. Yeah.
So, but yeah, talking about the scary thing, that's what actually has kept me away from the Resident Evil games because I don't like scary. So when I finally did get around to playing most of Resident Evil 4, I was expecting to be scary, and I'm like, this game's not scary at all. It's creepy, but it's not scary.
There's one like objectively, I think, scary part, and it's where you play Ashley, and you got to go back to the like you're down in a dungeon with suits of armor. Not to spoil it for anybody, but
is
suits
this
of
late
armor
in the game?
It's it's when you're in the castle, so it's like second act, part of the second
played
half
through
of the
about
game.
65-70% of the game. I don't remember that, but this was also many years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty early after you get in the castle. You get into an area where you have to snipe monks or cultists. I
do remember that, so I probably did get through that part.
Yeah, and you play as her, and you're like you have to carry a torch around, and you're in the dark with these suits of armor that come to life and come after you.
Okay,
that's really
I
it.
don't remember that part, but
and hot take really, which Sloth. This is the first Slosh. Sorry, not Sloth. Sloth.
That's all right. Ryan Kennel called me Sloth too one time. So
apparently it's a Ryan
you're one
thing.
Of the Goonies.
Well, he was in the Navy. I was in the Army. So apparently, anybody who hasn't been in the service, we can't read. So that's why they give us crayons. No.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So again, hot take for some people. It's one of the reasons that I prefer Doom 3 over Doom 2016, Doom Infinite, and in the latter because
Doom Infinite. I've not heard of that one.
Isn't it Infinite? No,
Doom
what is
Eternal?
it? Eternal, whatever. Eternal. That's the
There's
same.
I was gonna say, is that a new one that I haven't heard about?
There's Halo Infinite and BioShock Infinite, but there's no Doom.
Similar
Infinite.
words for the same thing. All right, Infinite, Eternal. It just goes on forever. Again, and yes,
Doom
one
never
of these
stops.
one of these days I will play Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal.
Oh, you've never played those?
No, I have not played them, but I played Doom 3 because I played the original ones, and yeah, I really enjoyed the original, the Doom 1 and 2.
They're good games.
But-
They're good games.
but
My biggest complaint with Doom 2 is that you have to find the exit. I hate that. It's just like, just let me go through the level and blast stuff, having to like look behind fake walls and stuff to find the exit to the level. I hated that. That's my big complaint about Doom 2.
That's kind of like why I like Doom 3 more, because it's scarier. It's a survival horror game. It's more fun, and
That's why I'm not a big fan of Doom 3, but I haven't played it in its entirety. But similar to RE4, it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be because I've played a chunk of it. But
3
I
is
will
very atmospheric.
get back
sure.
to Doom 3, and I will play it at some point, just like you are going to play 2016 and Eternal at some point.
Yeah, well,
those are fun games.
I'll say this: my BioShock streams are a lot more popular than my Doom 3 streams, because I think most people are kind of like, but you know, BioShock has this cult following. But
yes,
I don't know. Just I like psychological. I like atmospheric horror.
Doom 3 is a lot like Doom 3 is very much like that. I was going to say that's probably why you liked it, because it's got that. It's very immersive.
Oh, this is going to sound weird as all get out. I hate scary movies, but I'll play a scary game.
Yeah,
I don't understand why.
Yeah, that's
like if somebody's like, "Oh, you want to watch a scary movie?" and I'm like, "Nah, not really."
That's like the opposite of Melee James. He hates scary games, but he'll watch scary movies all day.
Okay, so yeah, I've met James. James is a good dude. Kay and James are good people.
Yeah,
I like how Nightmare's like, he's like in the comments here. He says Doom 2016 plus Eternal greater than Doom 3. I mean, hey, to each their own, and I will play them. But right now, yeah, I'm plowing through Doom 3, the BFG edition. I'll play the DLC for it.
Yeah, the DLC's it's fine. It's fine.
I think it's called Resurrection of Evil, I think.
Yes, yeah.
He likes Doom 3 because it's not
Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
It's Doom.
It's the least Doom of the entire franchise, that is for sure.
Well, you
The
know
most
what?
different,
They made
yeah.
a movie based on it, so suck it, Nightmare.
But yeah,
Nightmare saw the movie for the first time recently because J&K did a Rumble stream.
Oh,
of
did
it,
they?
so.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
The one with The Rock, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Carl Urban.
I was gonna say Carl Urban was in that too.
Yeah, Carl Urban.
But yeah,
I understand the hate for Doom 3 because you're not Doom guy. You're just Space Marine.
Generic Space Marine.
Yeah, you're generic Space Marine, and that's kind of what Carl Urban ends up playing in the movie. I think the movie's better than the game, if you want my honest opinion, in some ways.
I heard that movie is terrible.
It's not great. It's not great at all.
It's like a so bad it's fun movie more than anything. It's got it's got one like really truly great sequence in it, and you could probably
Is it the first person scene?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That because it takes from Doom 3.
I remember seeing that in the trailer for the movie.
Oh man, I saw it in theaters, and it like seeing that portion in theaters was insane. It was so good.
I was in the army when it came out, so I had to. I bought the DVD because I'm a big fan of The Rock, and again, I was a big fan of Doom 3
too.
Yeah, so I bought the DVD just at the PX flat out because I was overseas, and I mean, we didn't have really. If a movie came out in the United States, we get it 3 months later. So I just would go buy the DVD before I'd ever like.
Yeah. But yeah, we talk about the atmospheres of the different games. Yeah, Vanquish saying that Silent Hill is psychological horror, but Resident Evil is like an atmospheric horror.
What the hell is the Doom Girl movie? What the hell is that?
That's a recent one.
Talking about the recent Doom one. I don't know anything about it, but there was a recent Doom movie that I heard is legit one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, I heard nothing of it. It's got a girl as the protagonist.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she's the main character.
Doom.
Well, that's what I figured when it said, it wasn't as bad
Doom
as
Girl.
Doom Girl movie.
What? I see the Doom 2005. Where the heck is the other one?
It's late 2010s. I'm pretty sure. I want to
mean,
say maybe
no,
2018.
there was one that came out like Doom Annihilation came out 2019. I think that's the one he's talking about.
That's got to be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like one of those C or B?
Is a woman. Her name is Joan.
Straight to stream.
Yeah, there it is. Doom Annihilation.
Is it so bad because it's a B or C rated movie that there's gratuitous nudity from women? If not, then I'm not going to watch it.
I doubt it.
No, because I think that was post Me Too, unfortunately. So they were trying to
son of a bitch.
Yeah,
that's what made the second and third Starship Troopers movie good.
The second one was terrible. The third one was good though.
Well, yeah, they're both good because they had gratuitous female nudity. That's how you sell a movie.
Starship Troopers had like nothing to do with the first movie. The third one is actually like a sequel to the first one. I don't even know why the second one even.
Did you all know that there was an animated series?
I don't know about a series, but I do know there's an animated movie.
It's called Roughneck Starship Troopers. It came out after the movie. It was when literal animation and probably CGI was so bad, but at the same time so good.
I vaguely
It
remember that. Yeah.
yeah, and then they made I think because of it they made the second and third movie. Then they made the offshoot movies of what there's one in like 2012 and then 2016. It was an offshoot of the actual just the cartoon. The
2012
cartoon.
and 2017
Okay, yeah, and then there's it's called Roughneck Starship Troopers,
Chronicles.
and
It was a 99.
yeah, it's actually it's ironically
I didn't
very
know that
good.
existed.
If you want to experience the 90s again, also at the same time, see how CGI is kind of like it's actually really good. It's on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
I like the CGI from the first movie because I was a big ILM fan, coming off of Star Wars and all
Did
that
they
stuff.
do
I thought
did ILM
Yeah.
work on Starship Troopers?
Tippett Studios, who was Phil Tippett, who did the dinosaurs for Jurassic Park, and ILM, I think.
Okay, I did not know that. Yeah, I've never read the book. I've heard the book is very different from the movie, but I really like the Starship Troopers.
That's the thing I love about Starship Troopers is you've got these two guys. You've got Paul Verhoeven, who directed the movie, who completely hates the reception that the movie got because it's like you're supposed to this is propaganda. You're supposed to hate these guys, and everybody loves the Roughnecks. Everybody hates the Bugs, and you have all these like offshoots, like you said, the sequels and franchises, and that the recent video game that came out, all based off of that movie. That he's like. It was like with the Joker, like you're not supposed to like this guy, and he got so mad about it. And then off of that, the franchise is completely different than the books anyway.
It's just
and it became so
classic.
popular. Yeah, it really is.
It's a
that
cult
first movie
classic.
is so good.
And I've watched streams of people who have never heard of the movie like react to it, and they're like going, and it's like going, I'm doing my part, and and it's
I
like
use that GIF all the time.
a civilian, a citizen, the difference between a citizen and a civilian, stuff like that.
Service ensures
citizenship, yeah. And then they're like
service guarantees.
Guarantees. That's what it was.
Yeah, and there's people who just like glaze over, and they're like going, "Oh my god!" And it's like going, "Well,
it's such a good movie, dude."
But
I was so
it's
hyped for it.
Oh,
I was too young to see it because I was just like there was no way my mom and dad were going to take me to see it. But the toys came out, so I bought the toys and I just played with those at home until the movie came out.
I didn't know there's toys.
Oh yeah, they Micro Machines toys, Galoob did toys for it.
Holy shit!
Ryan's like he's on eBay already.
Not yet, but I'm gonna be.
Oh, dude, they had a giant warrior bug. I still got mine. It's hard to come by now, but they made like toys of every character in the movie. The bugs.
One of the most again, it's kind of like one of the most iconic line. There's so many iconic line from movies. Would you like to know more? Houston, we have a problem. Like, I mean, how many just these movies that it's like,
come on, you apes, do you want to live forever?
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's where that came from, and it's like, yeah, dude.
The do you want to know more? That popped in my head literally just yesterday because I don't remember what was going on, but I didn't say it out loud because no one would have gotten the reference. But someone said something and then it popped in my head. It's like, would you like to know more?
Well, the irony is too is that pop-ups like on the internet anymore are kind of like that. Like they pop up out of nowhere, and it's almost like, would you like to know more? It's like, okay.
It's like it's literally become the propaganda in the movie.
Yes.
And I say that not to demean it or like it's a bad thing, but it's literal. It was meant to be propaganda, according to the director.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I like
absolutely.
Paul Verhoeven. I love RoboCop. I love Total Recall. But
yeah, Total Recall is very, very again another something that takes place on just a little bit of a distant planet.
Get your ass to Mars. Yep.
Doom 3, gets all this hate, but Total Recall,
that's right. Yeah, Mars. There you go.
It takes place on Mars. That's why the movie takes place on Mars. Oh, I think Doom 3 was more popular than people think because that's why the movie was kind of like
I remember a lot of
based
hype
off
for
of
when
it
first came out because I remember I think there's an E3 trailer for that first teaser, like when you're in the bathroom and you shine the light on the pinky.
Yep.
I think was in the first teaser.
Yeah,
I remember there being a lot of hype for that. Like I think Jeff Keighley at the time was talking about it on G4.
And I just realized since you're talking about Starship Troopers and Total Recall, They both have Michael Ironside.
Yeah. He's so good.
I love him.
Nightmare says Doom 1 and 2016 are also on Mars. 2016, I know, was on Mars. I did not know that about Doom 1.
Yeah, the first one is.
Some of Eternal also takes place on Mars, but not the
Yeah,
whole
some
thing.
Of
Eternal
course,
does.
it's been a very hot minute since I played the first one. I mean, I probably played it back on Windows 98. If
Way
that
back.
tells you anything.
Yeah. All right.
I was just gonna say, for people who want to play Doom 1 and 2 or 3, if you get the Doom 3 BFG edition, it comes with the very first 2 games. So
Hold on a second. You're on
Yeah.
Windows 98. I'm still stuck on Windows 11. What the
No,
heck,
he's talking
man?
about when he played.
no,
Doom.
back when I played it.
I'm kidding.
Okay. It's like, no, he's not on Windows 98.
He actually got me. That was good.
I'm on version 11. What? No.
This fucking guy.
This guy's way in the future. He's on Windows 98, and I'm only here on Windows 11.
Yeah, my dial-up's that good that I'm broadcasting from the past to the future.
So, getting a little bit back on topic. So, Ryan, you said Resident Evil is also your pick for favorite Capcom franchise.
Yes.
But what is your favorite Capcom game?
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2. Okay.
Because it was the first one that sucked me in, and then I played Resident Evil 1
Hey.
because of it, and then
Same-
Nemesis.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right.
Right there with you.
I saw the trailer for 4, and I couldn't really get behind it because it seemed more arcadey, which is fine. I mean, I understand there's a genre for that. And I understand the same kind of reason that I, prefer Doom 3 over Doom 2016. It's a little more arcadey.
It is. Yeah,
It's not my speed. I'm not going to say I hate it, but it wouldn't be my first preference.
Yeah.
I would rather
Yeah.
I'd rather play Resident Evil 2 over Resident Evil 4. I'd rather play Doom 3 over Doom 2016. Not saying I'm not
Fair.
going to play those one of these days, but
Yeah.
No,
you
that's
know.
absolutely fair. I totally get that. RE2 is really good. Like RE2 was like how. Let me think here. I'm trying to compare it to
Windows.
something. It was one of those like big event games that nothing like that's all people would talk about. It was like how good it was.
I
Like
did
Ocarina of Time or I'm trying to think of what else. Like maybe Skyrim when that came out.
I do remember Resident Evil 7 now. That's the one where you're kind of like creeping through the swamp in the bogs.
Yeah, that's where you're Ethan. It's
Yes.
first person. You're in the Baker
Yes,
Mansion. Yeah.
that definitely is something I would like to eventually play. And then I know that
I want to as well, yeah.
Resident Evil 8 The Village. I think they kind of like shifted gears slightly. They may have amped it up a little bit to kind of be a little more towards 4, but still kind of like it was still had a nice mellow, I think, crossover for everybody.
Well, 8 was also an answer to the criticism for 7. I don't know if you remember the criticism for 7.
I don't.
It was too scary.
Oh.
Wait,
Did
what
not
the
know that.
Isn't this a horror game with zombies supposed to be scary?
It was
What are
too
we doing
scary,
here?
so they put, not to spoil it or anything, but they put like fairy tale kind of like, I'm putting it in quotes, elements in 8 in Village, and that's why I didn't like Village. Village was like one of the weaker ones to me.
Okay.
I think I would agree. I think Village is weaker than 7. I had a
And then
problem
Lady
with
D was kind of a bait and switch. Again, not to spoil it, but
yeah.
and that was Capcom's fault. That was totally them. They were
She
like,
also
"Oh,
took
we
the
didn't
internet by
realize."
storm
Yeah, exactly. They were like, "We didn't realize."
because everybody's
she'd
like
get so
beating
popular.
off to her. I mean, let's be honest. Like when 8 came out, or right before 8 came out, everybody was like posting.
That's all everybody was talking about was
they were
Lady
like,
D.
oh,
Yeah, talk of the
mommy,
town, for
mommy.
sure.
It's like going, all right, y'all have mommy problems. Like, stop it.
I was like, "Can I just shoot zombies already?" It's like, I can do that other stuff elsewhere. I don't want to do that in my Resident Evil game.
Yeah. So another thing that while Slosh and I were talking about this on Open Mic a couple weeks ago is that because I had RE4 on GameCube, but I didn't get very far in it because the aiming in that game is just god awful
Very
in my
tanky.
opinion.
Yeah, very tanky.
And so when they re-released it on Wii, I traded in my GameCube copy for the Wii copy, and then that's the one that I got through most of the game because I could actually aim my gun. So I never beat it because the regenerators, you have to have specific equipment, and I didn't have it, and I'm like, I'm not going. It's like, I didn't know this until a year or two ago on Party Chat, but I was like, I thought back at when I played it that I had to trek like halfway back through the game in order to get the equipment I needed. I didn't know I could just buy it from the vendor.
Yeah, the infrared scope.
The infrared scope, and it only works on 2 guns, neither of which I had because I didn't like either of those guns. So I was like, forget it. So with the Wii launch on Retro Achievements, it doesn't have Retro Achievements yet, but once it does, I will play through and beat Resident Evil 4 for the first time. Finally, after 20-some years, I will beat Resident Evil 4, and I'll be able to say I beat a Resident Evil game.
I'm going to be honest. I hate the vendor so much.
Oh, the merchant?
Oh, I hate the fucking merchant so much. Like, even like, why? Why would you do that?
I think it was just there because I think it was their rationale of how to get these weapons on the island, which, I mean, you could have just had like a shack or something that he stumbles into, Leon does, and just get a hold of the weapons that way. The way they do it in RE9, I would argue is a lot worse. Because it's just like something straight out of Call of Duty. It's like an item box that you open, and it's like zoom, 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 a Rolodex of different guns and stuff.
Okay, that's definitely worse because I thought 8 was bad.
Oh no, I hated the merchant in 8 too. There's a lot about 8 I didn't.
You
like.
stumble on this fat, overweight, like ghoulish looking dude.
Yeah.
Who wants to help you and sell you stuff?
Like he rolls out of the back of his carriage.
What from Transylvania? Like, dude, seriously?
Yeah, there's so much.
He's in a cart.
He's
in a cart, and he's like going, and it's like, oh god.
All right. Well,
at least BioShock made them machines. The Circus of Value, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's a parody of
values.
Yeah, it's a parody kind of thing, but like a fat slug to help you in Transylvania when he's a monster to defeat the monsters makes 0 sense.
Yeah. So, to get on to my answer for the question, anybody who knows me will absolutely already know what my answer is. But so my favorite Capcom franchise is by far and away Mega Man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've played a number of other of their franchises. I was actually looking through the list of their franchises, and
yeah, that was on my list too.
A couple of I haven't really played much of any of their other franchises, but I have played a couple of their other couple of standalone games. But Mega Man is far and away my favorite of the Capcom, and also no surprise because I talk about it all the time. My favorite Mega Man game is that one right there. You can't really see it, but it's Mega Man X3. It's my favorite. Not only is it my favorite Capcom game, it's also my favorite Super Nintendo game. The only thing is that the best version of Mega Man X3 is actually the ROM hack called Mega Man X3 Zero Project. There's some quality of life improvements that make the game even better. So that is the definitive way to play it. But that is easily my favorite Capcom game is Mega Man X3. So
it's hard to beat. Those first 3, I know we talked about it at length the last time,
all 3 of them are my favorite Super Nintendo games. The X3
solid.
is my favorite of the 3.
That's a good trilogy.
Mega Man is iconic, so yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, so I talk about Mega Man and my love for Mega Man often. So before we move on here, there's a bunch of chat I kind of wanted to catch up on. So going back, Nightmare says, I love Taco Bell. God bless Taco Bell.
Look, I love Taco Bell too. It's my favorite fast food joint, but you know what?
I don't really eat it very much.
Baja Blast, quite frankly, you should close your doors forever.
Vaqua's like, I will not stand for this Taco Bell slander. But Nightmare, I know Nightmare is a huge fan of Voltage. I actually just had a Voltage on Friday. Voltage
is it the purple one?
That's the bluish purple one. Yeah.
Bluish purple. Yeah. That's good. That's not bad.
Voltage is great.
It's
my
funny.
favorite is Code Red. That's my favorite soda.
I was going to say
time.
the flavored Mountain Dews are like better than the actual Mountain Dew itself.
I agree.
Code Red and Livewire. Oh my god.
Livewire's good. I haven't seen that in years.
I think you can still get it in convenience stores.
I haven't seen it. I'm not saying it's not out there. I just haven't seen it in years, but it is excellent.
I'll have to look too. Now I want one. I mean, I'll get diabetes from just drinking a whole bottle.
So, Vanquish says Capcom is the GOAT just for Resident Evil. I say that, but for Mega Man because I don't care about Resident Evil. But he says I'm an OG from '96, and Nightmare.
the goat for waifus too, if you really think about it. Like a female protagonist and get like female like characters.
Oh, it's like I don't
Okay.
know what a waifu is.
Oh,
is
no,
that like
yeah,
a-
I'm sorry.
I knew what
I'm
that was.
thinking, like,
I'm just not connecting the dots because
no, it's
Yeah.
like
you were
you
just
got,
saying
like,
Capcom in general, not Resident Evil.
yeah. No,
Because-
Capcom across the
because,
board
like,
because
there are
you've
some
got
attractive characters in Resident Evil, but yes, in Capcom in general, there definitely are a lot.
What the hell's
Yeah.
a waifu?
it's I'm not a weeb, but I guess I kind of
I'm
picked
not-
up on some of the lingo. It's like a crush that you have on an anime character, or really a video game character,
A fictional character,
fictional female character. Yeah.
I hear it a lot from people who like anime. I mean,
Yeah, that's where it
watched-
Yeah,
originated
and that's funny
from.
because I'm like the most anti-anime person ever, but I don't know. You can thank the Melees for that.
I've watched some anime, but it's usually like Cowboy Bebop and stuff like
Hey,
that.
that's my number one.
So yeah, it's my only experience with like really anime. Anyway,
That's the
Neil's
only one I
gonna
can really tolerate.
have an aneurysm if we
No,
don't
no,
let
you're
him
good,
get
you're
to the
good.
chat.
Well, thank you, Slosh, for telling Ryan that he's good.
No. I didn't mean to deviate.
No, I had just given you crap.
Shut up,
I-
Neil. Kick yourself now. Kick him now.
I know how much Nightmare loves Ace Attorney,
Banned.
so if he was on the panel, I know that would be his pick for favorite Capcom. But
I totally forgot Ace Attorney. Was
yeah,
fun.
he's a big
Hell
fan
is
of Ace Attorney.
Dino Crisis is a good one.
So Vance,
I-
Resident Evil Requiem was the first game in forever. I took a PTO day to play. Okay. And it was the most fun I had in a long time. Very nice. I don't remember the last time I took a day off to play a video game. But Nightmare says, Slosh, you're a huge fan of the Resident Evil Netflix show. I did not know that.
Oh yeah, love it.
Welcome to
love,
Raccoon City.
Love Black Wesker and his two Paws daughters, and
I could smell the sarcasm on that one. So
But he also said, glad Slosh and Ryan are here together to commiserate over Resident Evil.
makes the movies look
So-
like gems.
love the random dance number that the brown lady does at the end for no reason.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so a lot of bashing on Doom Annihilation. Vanquish says Doom. Oh, the original Doom movie is a guilty pleasure, though. But you have to be drunk to enjoy Annihilation. That,
Yeah, you
from
gotta
what I hear,
really
that sounds
lock in.
like it. Nightmare says
I guess I'll have to
Annihilation
fall
was
off
so
the
bad.
wagon.
I liked it for The Rock though, like I said, and I know that's what you said too, Ryan. You were a big fan of The Rock.
Yeah,
going and
well,
watching it.
It's one of the reasons I became a big fan of Carl Urban.
Oh, you know what? That's probably what got me. Because I watched Lord of the Rings before that, but I didn't really put it together that he was in there.
No,
Because he looks
No,
so
I didn't
different in
either.
Lord of the Rings.
He does.
yeah,
Baby
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah.
big Lord of the Rings fan too. So, but no, I did not put that together.
The original Doom movie being a guilty pleasure, that is understandable. But yeah, Nightmare says that Doom Annihilation was so bad that even it had to distance themselves from it. That's sad. Nightmare says he's still
And
on Windows
probably
10 like a
Bethesda.
Chad. Same here. Banquet says, Sam Fisher, Michael Ironside, one more time, please. Go back and check out 2 episodes ago of Party Chat, episode 54, when we had Max Smalls on. We talked about if you could bring back any voice actor for one more role, who would it be and what would it be for? And obviously my answer was Michael Ironside for one more run as Sam Fisher.
Can I just bring back Michael Ironside for the next Top Gun movie?
Yes. Speaking of
Yes, to the
that,
John Hamm.
Oh yeah, next to John Hamm.
yes.
He'd be more than an admiral. He'd be like admiral in the Navy at this point. Michael
He'd
Ironside.
be the president by this point.
Yeah.
Presidents.
So speaking of Top Gun, though, I went and saw Michael today with my dad because we're both big Michael Jackson fans. And
Oh, did you like it?
it
did you
was
guys like it?
excellent. I loved it. It was great. I definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of Michael Jackson, I definitely
Yeah,
say
I've heard a
go
lot
see
of
it.
good things for sure.
But as we were walking out, they got all the posters for upcoming movies and stuff. They're doing a 40th anniversary. They're bringing Top Gun, the original,
heard
back
that.
to theater.
Yep.
So we're probably
Yeah.
going to go see the original in theater because he never saw it in theater, and I wasn't born yet. So. And that's one of our favorite movies. So we're gonna figure out a time to go in the next couple weeks to go
It's a good
see
movie.
Top Gun.
Yeah, I was
in
like 8
theater
months.
together. So
Tony Scott's a good director. Well, he was a good director, but
Vegas said, my take Splinter Cell Blacklist, which was the last Splinter Cell game back in 2013, would have been the best Splinter Cell game if Michael Ironside was Sam Fisher instead of I forget the actor's name.
I actually forgot he even did Sam Fisher because I played one of the Splinter Cell games years ago. It was on the GameCube, so I liked
played
it, but
the original on the PS1.
Yeah,
I
he's
forgot that Michael Ironside. Yeah,
he's the voice of Sam Fisher, and he does an excellent job at it. And he has he loves the character of Sam Fisher too, Michael Ironside. So he would like to. It's just he's had so many health issues. He's still
Yeah.
alive. He's
getting up
survived
there.
like 2 forms of cancer. So it's like he's alive. Get him to voice it while he's still here with us.
yeah. Let him
But
do it. Peter Weller is like in his almost 80, and he did RoboCop for the video game.
he
so-
did, yeah. So I hope they get him back one more time. But yeah,
Yeah.
Blacklist was a great game. I don't know if I would say it was the best because I haven't played the first 3 in a while. I'm gonna go back and replay them in the near future. It would be hard to top Chaos Theory, but Blacklist was great, and the only thing that would have made it better would have been if Michael Ironside was in it instead of the guy that they had do it. So
Keep him away from the Netflix show, that's for sure.
yeah, I don't know. Didn't Liev Schreiber voice him in the animated?
That sounds familiar.
I think it was Liev Schreiber. But I like him as an actor, but I haven't actually seen the Splinter Cell show. But everyone who is a fan of Splinter Cell that's watched it says it's not good. Don't watch it. So I haven't watched
it's
it.
Netflix and it's a video game adaptation. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Nightmare says getting Slosh and Ryan together was such a good idea. But yeah, he also agrees Livewire is hard to find. And Ace Attorney apparently is full of waifus, Slosh. So there you go.
Isn't I've seen playthrough of it, but I've never really like sat down and watched it.
But
A lot of good like female. I mean, you got to think with Capcom. You've got Street Fighter. You've got all the girls from Resident Evil. You've got the recent like Monster Hunter girls. You've got a couple of the girls from Devil May Cry. Like, there's a lot of lovely ladies in that franchise. So
yeah.
Well, here's a weird overlap. Paul W.S. Anderson did Monster Hunter and
that's right, he did. That's
Resident
right.
Evil movies.
Resident Evil, yep.
His
Well, that's
wife
why
in both
Mia
of them.
Jovovich, that's his wife, is in all of his movies.
yeah, every one of his movies, like in the past 10 years, he's done that.
The Monster Hunter movie.
He did a
Although
Three
I don't know if that
Musketeers
was-
movie that she was in. That she was the lead in.
I think he did the Monster Hunter movie.
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was the lead in that.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
haven't seen the Monster Hunter movie.
I haven't
but,
either.
I know in the Resident Evil. I mean, if it's your wife and you're having to get naked on camera, like, bro.
I don't know. It worked for Rob Zombie and his wife. So
but yeah, Nightmare
enough.
says that my favorite wife, who isn't even an anime character, Maya is best. Ace Attorney girl. So I don't know enough about the franchise to know who that is, but all right. We'll go ahead and move on to our next topic. And topic number 2 for tonight is so as at least for I talk for myself, can't really talk for you guys, but as for myself, as a kid, like you get like super excited about a video game coming out and like you obsess over it, then finally came out, you play it nonstop, and when you're not playing it, you're thinking about it. When you're sleeping, you're dreaming about it. You're like obsessed with this game, right? As an adult, that hasn't really happened anymore. So I was curious, what was the last game you really got obsessed with and you couldn't stop thinking about it when you're not playing? And it's like it's all you're thinking about.
BioShock.
So you're enjoying it that much? You're like obsessing over it?
Yeah, no, the second one especially. Like, I literally I woke up like in the middle of the night last night and I was like, I want to play BioShock. And then I went back to sleep. So yeah, I guess
Okay.
might have a slight problem. I know it was probably more of a problem when I was a kid, but no, recently. And it didn't really I enjoyed BioShock 1 very much that I just wanted to keep playing it. And before that, it was Doom 3, getting back into that because it was nostalgia from when I was like 19 years old. And then I started playing BioShock, but then of course Remastered actually took that to the next level. I literally woke up and I was like going, what time is it? And I looked and I was like going, oh, I'm like, I wasn't going to play video games today, but I really want to play BioShock 2. And then I went back to sleep. Of course I played BioShock 2 today. So like I had a set of schedule planned for what I was going to do today, but I ended up playing BioShock 2.
Very nice. All right, so that's very recent.
Oh yeah, extremely recent. Like I mean, literally, I am borderline obsessed.
All right, excellent. Yeah, like that hasn't really happened to me in a long time. It's like I like games, but I haven't really gotten like obsessed with a game where it's like all I can think about for a really long time. So, I was like, you know what, that'd be a great idea for a topic for party chat.
I mean, it might be because the story of the two games are so good, and we're so starved for good stories. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
that doesn't
Yes.
disparage them, but we're so starved for good stories that, like, yes, playing Doom 3 again, you're like going, oh, I want to play it, and then BioShock Remastered, oh, I want to play it, and then like, but yeah, two, like literally last night. I mean, and it's kind of funny you put that, and I'm like going, got my answer, like because it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like going. What if I got out of bed around this time? I got dressed and I showered and I went and ran to the store, and then I could start playing the game by about 11 o'clock.
Yep, that definitely qualifies.
Yeah.
What if I just sunk 15 hours into this just on a whim, back to back?
All right. So I didn't realize you were enjoying it that much. So
Oh yeah,
awesome.
that much.
That's awesome. So, a couple other things I forgot to mention when we were on the Capcom talk. A couple other games that I have played that I really enjoyed. I played a couple of the Bionic Commando games. I really like that franchise.
Oh yeah, those are good.
I would love to see a Bionic Commando Rearmed 3, and it would be an awesome Metroid. It could be an awesome Metroidvania.
That could
And
work.
then also Metroidvania. This is Strider. There's only one game that I know of that's just Strider. I think he's in like the fighting franchise, but I really enjoyed the Strider game. And then I played the demo for Pragmata recently, and I loved it. I'm looking forward to playing Pragmata at some point.
I was going to say you might like that. I know a lot of people have really responded to it well recently.
Yeah, I really like the demo. So, and I've heard great things. I'm looking forward to playing that at some point. But, anyways, back onto this topic. The last I wrote down 3 games and that I really got obsessed with over the course of like the last decade. And the last one I really, really, really got obsessed with, probably more so than the other two. So even though this one is farther back, I was more obsessed with it than the other two. That was the first Destiny. That was legitimately like the game that I was more excited for and anticipated than legitimately any other game that's ever been released. And it's my most hours in a single game ever, at about 1,600 hours. So I played a crap load of it. I haven't played it in a really long time, but because there are three character classes, there's the Hunter, the Titan, and the Warlock. Titan was my main, but I kept all 3 the characters at like top tier for years. So I got obsessed with that game, and yeah, I played a lot of that game. The other 2 games that I've got obsessed with since then, I've played a lot. I wouldn't say I got obsessed with to the level of Destiny, but I still obsessed over them, and I played them a lot. I'll go ahead and say this one next because I haven't actually beaten it ever, but I'm getting close to it, and that's the one that I'm currently obsessing over, and that is Satisfactory, which I've been doing on stream with Lowest Expectations because he's a big fan of the game. I bought it back when it was in early access, and I played about I think I played about 75 hours, and what I thought there was I thought there was 4 phases of the game. It actually has like a bar in the top right to show you what phase of the game you're in, and each phase has a number of milestones and a goal you have to complete in order to complete all the milestones and then complete that phase. And it only shows phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I thought there was only 4 phases. Since starting the game again recently, a couple weeks ago, I found out there is actually a 5th phase that doesn't show up on the bar. So the game is longer than I thought it was. But I played like 75 hours of it my first time playing it when it was early access. And I completed phase 3. And when I unlocked phase 4, I was like, it's going to take me at least double the amount of time that I took to get through phases 1 through 3 just to get through phase 4. So I was like, I'll put this on the back burner. And I stopped playing it at that point. And then like a year or 2 later, when it finally hit full 1.0 full release, I fired it back up and I started a new save. And I basically did the exact same thing. I put about another 75 hours into it. I beat phase 3 again, got to the exact same point, and I was like, yet again, this is going to take like another, no, like I said, took me about 75 hours to get to that point. It's probably going to take me like another 150 hours just to get through phase 4. So I put it on the back burner, hadn't touched it for nearly 2 years because I think that was in like June or September of 24. And then, my good buddy Lowest Expectations, who's been a huge fan of the game. He's got the itch to play it again. He's like, hey, Neo, do you want to play through it on stream together? Because you can play it in co-op, and neither of us had ever played it in co-op before. And I was like, when he first suggested it to me, I was like, yeah, we can definitely do that at some point. And then some more Satisfactory videos happened across my YouTube feed, and just watching a couple Satisfactory videos gave me the itch again. And I messaged him like the next day. I'm like, yeah, let's do it like now. So we've been doing that twice a week for about the last 3 weeks. And like I said, I wanted, because we've been doing it on Wednesdays and Fridays, and not a whole lot of time between Wednesday and Friday, but there's some time between Friday and Wednesday. So I really wanted to play yesterday on Monday, because like that's too many days to go without playing Satisfactory, because I can't play it. I mean, I could play by myself, but he's the one hosting the world. So I can't play our world without him. He has to be online. So if I wanted to play it myself, I'd have to start my own world. And I did do that just to play it for like an hour or two the other day. But I can't continue our save without him. So I've been like itching to get back to it. So I'm very much looking forward to playing some more tomorrow with him, because we just finished phase 3. So we're basically right in our co-op playthrough. We're basically right where I finished playing the game the 2 times I went through it solo. So basically from here on out, everything that we do, I have not done yet myself. So he's already got all the achievements, and the goal is to get me all the achievements now. And so we're having a lot of fun playing through Satisfactories, and I've been obsessing over that lately. And then the other one is when it inched its way into my top 5 in the last couple years, or top 10, games of all time, because I love this game. And the sequel is coming out next week in early access, and I'm playing it day one on stream, and that is Subnautica. I love this game so much. I've beaten it probably like 15 times. I beat it on Xbox when it was on Game Pass. It left Game Pass. I bought it, beat it a bunch of more times. I bought it on Steam so I could play it modded and add more stuff in the game to build and to do. So I freaking love this game as well, and it has made its way into my top 10 games of all time. I freaking love Subnautica, and I cannot freaking wait to play Subnautica 2. That is my number 1 most anticipated game for 2026. So I haven't played it. I think the last time I played through it was last spring, so it's been about a year since I did my last playthrough. But I've beaten it a lot of times. I love this game so much. And so those are like the last 3 games I really got obsessed with. But the one that I was definitely the most obsessed with was Destiny. So, what about you, Slosh? What are some of the games that you got really, really obsessed with other than Resident Evil 4?
I was about to say real quick before I get into mine, Subnautica's on my list too. I haven't bought it or downloaded it or anything yet, but I've seen enough of it that I think I might gravitate towards it.
Another thing, one of the most requested things for Subnautica 1 that like everyone's like, let us do this, was it's a single player only game. Subnautica 2 has been confirmed as co-op, and it has crossplay. So
no kidding. Okay.
Yeah. So my buddy Alex over the Salty Nerd podcast is a huge fan of Subnautica as well, and so we're probably going to play through it together. So I need to message him directly. We've been tagging each other in Discord about like updates about the game. So I don't know if we're going to end up streaming it together on day 1 or what, but we're definitely going to be playing it together at some point.
When's the release for the second one? Coming a couple weeks?
I believe it's next Thursday. It's next Thursday, the 14th.
Man, there's a lot of big games coming out this month alone.
It is only early access, but it doesn't matter. I'm playing it day 1 because I freaking love
for sure. I would too. Absolutely. For me, there's been a couple. I mean, I could go through. Shoot, man, what was I obsessed with? I was obsessed with Donkey Kong Country.
The
when
original?
I was a kid. Yeah, the original, and then the second one came out. I was pretty obsessed with it. I remember Super Smash Bros. Melee, being obsessed with that, like grinding through it, trying to get like unlock Mewtwo and all the different characters and stuff. And I'd never beaten that game. Like I've never beaten all the challenges in it.
The events.
The event, the event challenges.
Oh my goodness, I remember
I'd never beaten all of them.
Was stupid difficult because you're fighting. I think you're fighting Giga Bowser on.
I was gonna say I've never gotten to Giga Bowser, and I always wanted to.
That was
it bugged me so much
hard.
I couldn't get to him.
Yeah, I think I 100%ed Melee back in the day. I have been doing it again for retro achievements when GameCube got support a couple years ago, but I only played a fraction of it for retro achievements as I did back in the day.
It got tough sometimes. It was like because I have a strategy guide that I still have, in fact, funnily enough.
Look at. Are you talking about this
Is
one?
that there? It is. That's it.
It's right here at the top because
I still have my notes written in it.
I don't have any notes in this one, but I have some notes in my Metroid Prime guide because the Metroid Prime guide doesn't have all of the scans or all of the lore, the Chozo lore. So I wrote my own guide, or I didn't write it, but I printed out some pages from GameFAQs.
Oh yeah, I still got my game. Yes.
Here. No, let me grab it.
I still have mine too.
So yeah, so here's the guide for Metroid Prime, but the one thing it doesn't have in here is all of the scannable enemies and all the Chozo lore. So I printed these out from GameFAQs and I keep them in here. So when I play through it, if I'm going for 100%, which I did when it got retro achievements, because that was the very first game I got all the retro achievements for. And obviously there's an achievement for getting 100% scans and stuff. So I had to use this again, which it's funny because when I was doing that, actually this wasn't from GameFAQs. This was from cheatcc.com back in the day.
I remember that too. Yeah. CCC. That's funny.
It has the date here that I printed it. I printed this in June 17th, 2003, and I still got it here in my Metroid Prime guide.
That's so good.
But the reason why I pulled this out is because with the Wii launch, I've been playing Smash Brothers Brawl again, and I haven't played it in like a week or so, but that was the game that I was playing a lot of just recently. But I went back to Smash Brothers Melee and booted it up, and I found that I lost all of the progress I had made when I was playing for retro achievements a year or so ago. I did that
too, yeah.
Because I reinstalled Windows on my computer, and I forgot to back up all of my game save data, so I'm starting over from scratch. So when I do get around to playing Melee again, I'll have to start from scratch. I can't just pick up from where I left off. I didn't lose my achievements because that's stored on Retro Achievements server, but all of my actual game save data got wiped, so I have to start from scratch and unlock all the characters again and stuff. But that's why I have this out, because I booted it up a week or so ago. I was like, I'll just play a little bit of Melee, and I'm like, wait, where are all the characters? I'm like, son of a dang it!
That's funny. Yeah, I have the same exact guide. I have one for Star Fox Adventure too, I think.
I've never played it, but I will be playing that for Retro Achievements at some point.
It's pretty low on a lot of people's list for Star Fox games. It's my favorite Star Fox game.
I was just going to say, I've talked to a couple of people who it's their favorite Star Fox game, but I know
it's one of my all-time favorite games, actually.
Wow, that's pretty high praise, because that game definitely has a stigma to it. A lot of people are like, that game is not good.
It's a Zelda clone. It's very derivative of Zelda. It weakens a lot of the space battle gameplay.
Yeah,
like that more of it's just a transition from level to level than actual gameplay, but it's still fun. I liked it.
I'm looking forward to playing it eventually.
Yeah, you might like it. It was one of Rare's last games, I think, before they left Nintendo.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Although, was Star Fox Adventure? No, I think Star Fox Adventures came out because it was originally going to be an N64 game. I think
Dinosaur Planet,
Planet, and then it became a GameCube game, and then it became Star Fox Adventures. So I think that one came out before Star Fox Assault. Did Rare work on Star Fox Assault?
No, it was oh man, who worked on Assault?
I was looking to see if I have it up there, but I think
it was like bookshelf. I think it was like Tecmo or Bandai or some. It was
it is Namco. Was
Namco?
By Namco.
Yeah, I was way off. Or Bandai Namco.
You said Bandai. Yeah. So yeah, you were on the money there. So that was the second game I ever got all the retro achievements for, was Star Fox Assault.
Not bad.
Although there was achievements added to it later on, so I lost my mastery. I have to go back and get the achievements to remaster it. But I did have all the achievements in it when it launched.
Assault has some good stuff in it. I like the ground missions, and I liked some of the space missions.
64 is still my favorite Star Fox game.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can't top it. Like I said, and I mentioned this last time too. Zero.
We were talking about that on open mic.
Zero's not bad either. Honestly, it's got the most consistency with the characters from 64. So, like, it's the same voice actors. I think the same kind of design aesthetic, same art style as 64. It's just upgraded.
Okay.
Because Miyamoto had a lot to do with Zero too. I'm pretty sure. I know he did a presentation for it. So.
Okay.
If there was a way to play, I'd play it if I could, but it was on the Wii U.
Yeah. Okay. So you got obsessed with Star Fox adventures then. Interesting.
Well, no, that one, and then Melee, and a lot of GameCube games I
Melee.
really obsessed over. Obviously RE4 was a big one because I just like grinded through that and did a bunch of stuff. More recent games, I don't know, maybe Alien Isolation was one of them. And the reason being was because I saw gameplay playthroughs rather of it in the early 2010s, like 2014 when it came out. Watched playthroughs of it, fell in love with the game. Never got to play it until last year when I finally bought it on Switch because it was on discount.
Okay, yeah, we talked
So
about that on open mic.
that was kind of a long time coming. I played through it, and then I played through it again immediately after, just because I wanted to. Just I don't know, I loved it. I really liked it. As far as like long term obsessions goes, and I kind of alluded to this when I was talking about RE4 before. I had the most playthroughs of RE4, but the most hours I've put into a game is Dying Light. The first one.
Okay. I was interested in that one, but I never played it.
I like it. It's like parkour, action
like
survival,
Mirror's Edge
FPS.
with zombies.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the strategy is to like parkour over the like it's an in-game explanation to why you parkour. It's like you got to stay away from the infected, quote unquote, and you scale a lot of rooftops and buildings and stuff, and you do a lot of crafting, which I don't normally like in games, but you craft like weapons and like power up items and stuff. And yeah, I've played that. Like I catch myself thinking about playing that every so often, just I want to hop in and play it, even though I've beaten everything in it. You know, you can do like little parkour challenges in it that I haven't beaten yet, but like you can always go back to those and repeat. And then you can do like little survivor challenges. For the DLC, the following, you actually drive a buggy around the countryside. And sometimes I just catch myself wanting to play the game just walking around the countryside. And a lot of it reminds me of like where I grew up when I was a kid, because I grew up like out in the country. So
Okay.
that kind of plays into why I play the following a lot. Because it's like, oh, it's nice, like scenic, like farmland and all that stuff. And it's just got zombies in it is the only thing. But
Cool.
yeah, Dying Light's definitely one I obsessed about. I don't know if I ever wanted to play 2 because it just looked way too different for me. The recent one that came out, The Beast.
I was just going to say, is Dying Light the Beast, is that different from Dying Light 2, or is that the same thing?
It's supposed to be like a third one, but they just called it The Beast. They never called it 3, which I never understood.
Okay.
It never made sense to me. And it kind of looks a little bit better than 2. 2 just like, I don't know. They put Rosario Dawson in it for some reason, I guess to try to sell the game. And then she
showed up in a few games.
She did,
yeah.
For sure.
She was in Immortals of Avium.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was.
I have that in my backlog. Another one that I haven't played yet, but I've actually heard good things about it, even though the game tanked and didn't sell.
Yeah, I heard very little of it.
It looked cool,
and then it just kind of disappeared pretty quick. But no, Dying Light's a good one. I'm actually tempted to redo another playthrough. I try to play through on Nightmare mode, I think it's called. It's basically mode. Like the super difficulty mode, which I know most games have Nightmare mode anyway, but I wanted to see how far I could get in that. I found out though with New Game Plus, the difficulty it already spikes, and I guess because you have all the XP and weapons and stuff, like they figure you can handle the extra difficulty spike. And yeah, I'll probably go back through that again. I think I rounded out about, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I think about 60 hours maybe in it. And that a lot of that was just me wandering around the map is all I was really doing, just kind of redoing missions and getting power-ups. I started again recently because I discovered something like this past week that I didn't even know was in the game until this week. And it's like a little Easter egg where you're in like this, it's called Old Town in the game, and you like have to scale rooftops and stuff to keep away from the zombies. There's a chimney in the game that has a little green pipe like Mario, and you go down in it and you platform in this like sub level just like Mario, but you're in Dying Light, and you get a suit power up. It's you get blueprints in the game, and you can make power ups like for suits and armor and stuff. And it's basically like the Tanuki suit in Mario 3. So I've been kind of tooling around with that just to see how it goes. And I had no idea it existed until like this week. and I've been playing the game since like 2021. So
Nice
I was like,
little
cool, it's something
surprise.
new. Yeah, finally something new.
Well, cool.
But yeah, that's really the only one I've been like consistently going back to. I actually haven't even played RE4 this year, funny enough, and I try to play it once every year, and I haven't even played it yet.
God, you know what? Actually, that just gave me an idea for another topic.
When I think Ryan stepped away too. So
Yeah, I was writing this down so I don't forget.
No, I'm actually back, but I'm gonna step away again. I gotta go get my credit card because there's 2 games on Steam I'm gonna buy. Not that I'm ignoring the chat or the conversation.
No worries.
It's just I'm like,
we'll come to you last on this next topic.
he was talking about the following, so I brought it up on Steam and then I looked up the discounts and there's 2 games that I want, both for $2. So those. Yeah.
Jump on it.
Can't go wrong with that. So
Spend your money. No, don't listen to us.
Yeah, Nightmare says I used to do that stuff with the notes and the manuals. Yeah, Neo, you're making me so nostalgic, man. And he's a question for you, Slosh says, what do you think of the JonTron video on Star Fox Adventures? Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
I never watched it. I've heard of it, but I've never watched it. I've heard I can't remember if he was like super critical of it or not. Somebody mentioned it to me. It might have been James, Melee James. I've actually never watched a lot of JonTron. I like him. Like, he's all right, but he's kind of in that era of like the AVGN and I guess Nostalgia Critic was around the time too that JonTron got kind of popular. He was one of the bigger YouTubers of the time, but I never really watched many of his videos. Like I said, he never, like I never went one way or the other with him. He was cool, but yeah, I never really watched much of his stuff.
Yeah,
I might have to now.
I didn't even know who he was until a couple of years ago, and the only time I ever see him is when he shows up in other people's videos, and he's usually like just like a 3-second clip.
It's a meme, yeah. He's always a meme now. I think he's settled down. He's got a wife and kids and stuff. So
okay, so
obviously that's going to upset some people on Twitter.
I've not really seen any of his stuff either, so I'm right there with you. JonTron mostly just made fun of it. Okay,
did he? Yeah, and I can understand that. I mean, Star Fox Adventures is like flat out, admittedly, it's a clone of a Zelda game. You know, like you run around, you do the same things you do in Legend of Zelda, and basically like when you're riding on Epona through Hyrule is what you're doing in Star Fox, only you're doing it within R-Wing. You're just getting from one point to another. It's not really any gameplay. Like you shoot stuff and different stuff.
But yeah, the traditional Star Fox gameplay is the
bones
of it are in the game.
Yeah.
But there's not much to it. Yeah.
And you do fight, you do some important stuff with the R-Wing. I won't spoil it, but there is some important stuff that you do with it. So
yeah, it's a small aspect of the game.
Oh yeah.
So
it's got dinosaurs. How can I'm sorry, but I'm still
like
a big kid with dinosaurs.
Like dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's what I just
I know
said.
Melee K doesn't think they exist, but
what?
I love them.
Is she drinking?
I'm sure there's probably some meme or lore behind that I'm not familiar with.
I'm sure there probably is.
So
she drinks, so that's the meme behind it.
All right, getting on to our next topic is so these games typically have a very negative connotation to them, but sometimes there's some gems out there. So I want to talk about what are some good mobile games. And by mobile, of course, I don't mean like Game Boy or Game Boy Advance or Game Gear or Switch. I'm talking about like games you play on your phone. There's a lot of like Candy Crush and copies of that out there that are, bottom tier games, but there are some good mobile games out there as well. So
play Candy Crush. Is that what you're trying to admit here?
I've never played Candy Crush.
That's his way of easing into the conversation. Like, do you guys play Candy Crush?
No, I want to talk about what are some good mobile games. If you
I want to see your phone.
I barely ever play games on my phone. The only thing I've been playing on my phone in the last 2 years was I was doing Sudoku, and I got all the achievements in Sudoku, so then I moved on to Solitaire. So that's the only thing I've been playing on my phone is Solitaire. Well, I'm working on getting all the achievements.
In between, guys, I just kind of like checked out Candy Crush, but whatever.
Whatever. It's not great. It's great, but it's not great.
All right. Jackass.
Wow, he said jackass on his own show.
We're not supposed to cuss, Neo.
Give me the App Store, stupid. I don't want. Why are you not? Oh my goodness.
Are you trying to prove it?
Yes. Why is my app store not coming up in my search results? Oh my god, you are freaking stupid.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's not
right.
coming up.
No, well, I'm trying to get to it by having it search for related things that I type in, and I type in app, and the app store does not come in the search results. So I just got to go find. I had to go find where my actual app was.
That's not enough. You need to show us your credit card info and your banking history and purchase history of whether or not you bought this.
Candy Crush right there says get, not re-download. So lawyered. I've never downloaded it, much less played it.
I don't know, man. AI is getting out of control now.
Yeah.
I know. I don't believe it.
You can fake anything these days.
But all that to say, I want to talk about some good mobile games because there are a few. And well, I'm curious if you guys have any that you played that you had fun with, or am I going to be the only one talking about some good mobile games?
I got a few.
I got a few.
All right.
I wasn't trying to, literally mirror what he said, but
No, it's
So Slosh, what's a good mobile game that you enjoyed?
well, there's a couple actually, and I was really thinking about it. I really liked. I know it's a normie choice, but I really liked Angry Birds.
Okay, I played a
Angry
little bit of
Birds.
Angry Birds.
The physics in it is fun, and just like it had a lot of charm and goofiness to it. I actually got to a point to where I don't know if it was when I got my Switch for the first time or not, but I was like looking up to see if they ported Angry Birds to like console. And I think they did on the Xbox, but I obviously don't have one, unfortunately. They didn't have it on the Switch.
There are a couple on Xbox.
Are there? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Angry
and I was like, I was tempted to get it on console because I loved it so much on my phone at the time.
Oh wow, there are a lot of Angry Birds games.
There's
on
a ton
the
of
Xbox platform. Although most of them are Windows Phone games, and Windows Phone doesn't exist anymore, so you couldn't play any of these if you wanted to.
Unfortunately,
but there's Angry Birds Star Wars on 360, and there are still a couple of Angry Birds Trilogy and Angry Bird Star Wars on Xbox One still are playable.
Is it still? Yeah, I played the Star Wars one on mobile.
Although it was delisted, so you can't buy it now. But if you bought it back then, you could still play it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I played the Star Wars version. There was a space version, which is basically Star Wars. It's the same. They just reskinned it.
The generics.
And then they had a seasonal one, like where you would do like Easter levels or Christmas or whatever. It just had a lot of charm to it. It's like easy fun to jump into. You could get different birds to destroy the pigs, and like it's physics based. So the way you move your finger, you put the pressure on the bird to like see how far and fast he goes through the different obstacles. It was just something fun to easy like jump into. I really liked. They had one on Facebook too. Like it was Angry Birds Friends on Facebook, and I remember playing it back in I think it was like 2012 on my laptop or my mom's laptop. And man, I don't know. I just got you talk about a game like you obsessed over. I was obsessed with that for a week. It's like Resident Evil. Get out of here! Don't have birds you can throw in at buildings with. Give me that.
Okay. Yeah, they were fun. I didn't play it for that long, but knocking it over and have all the pigs fall down and get crushed and stuff. Yeah,
it's so satisfying. I loved it.
You see how he's paying attention to his phone now?
No,
he's re-downloading Candy Crush.
No, Nightmare's like he plays Candy Crush on his Retroid. So I pulled up my Retroid to pull up Candy Crush, and it also says install, which means I've never installed it before. I think. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with the Android system, but that's the install button. It's just it doesn't focus on it. But I've not played Candy Crush on my Retroid either. Nightmare.
You're awfully defensive over this.
Yes, because I've never played Candy Crush. And I never will.
Nightmare, quick check and see.
I've played some embarrassing games, but Candy Crush is not one of them. And there are no retro achievements on Candy Crush, nor are there on. Actually, I don't think that there's any on Xbox. But let me see. Candy Crush on Xbox. Is there is no Candy Crush on Xbox. So
I mean, I'm sure Slosh knows the methinks the lady doth protest too much phrase.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, if I had played it, I would admit it, but I've never played Candy Crush, nor have I ever played Fortnite.
Well, you still can't admit that GoldenEye 007's better. So it's really?
Because that's not true.
Your track record.
I'm not going to admit something that's false.
See how I came full circle again there, Slosh?
Let's see. Here we go again. Let's do it. I'm ready.
He's like, I'm gearing up this time.
It's Michael Jackson eating the popcorn gif.
It's funny because after I got home from the movie today, I went back and watched a bunch of his music videos that I haven't seen in forever.
Yeah, that was in
of course,
Thriller.
being one of them. I was like, I'd seen the Thriller music video before. It's just been a really long time. And
yeah.
at that point, I'm like, hey, that's where the GIF came from. Because I had just forgotten that was from the Thriller video.
That was a good video. John Landis.
I saw that in the credits. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know he directed that music video.
Yeah, it was his like redemption thing after the Twilight Zone movie disaster.
So, all right, Angry Birds. Yep, not a bad pick. Ryan, what?
Nightmare Says.
I did not check I will check now, but I guarantee you there's no retro tunes because Candy Crush came out on phones way after any of the retro achievement consoles got retro achievements. So there's no way it would be on here. But let me double check Candy Crush on retro achievements.
He's just got you running in circles by this point.
The closest thing is Candy Curfew, which is a homebrew on Game Boy Color, and no, that does not have achievements.
Curfew.
So I checked. I didn't check before because I just knew it, and then I double checked for you and confirmed my suspicion.
Now he's going to download Candy Curfew because of retro achievements.
I said there are no achievements for it. If there were achievements, maybe I would be interested in it. Anyways, Ryan, what about you? Was there any mobile game that you were a fan of?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Even though I'm not a big fan of Candy Crush like you are,
I've never played Candy Crush.
I really enjoyed. You can actually play Lego Star Wars on the mobile on the phone.
Okay, so
it's funny you bring that up.
I should have specified because yes, it is a game that is on mobile, but that's not where it originated. It was like ported to phone. I meant games that were like developed as mobile games.
Okay, well that's easy. I had a secondary.
Okay.
Jurassic World Alive.
Jurassic World. I've not heard of that one.
It's basically Pokemon Go, but better because it's dinosaurs
from
the Jurassic Park franchise, and
Pokemon
sucks donkey.
I remember that.
I heard about that one. You've mentioned it before, and I totally forgot about it.
Dude, I used to do like screenshot videos of me like fighting in the game and then like posting it as like a short.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun until people started paying their way through it, as most mobile games, and then you started getting your ass kicked.
Okay. Yeah, it's not Niantic though, right? They're the ones who did Pokemon Go, and they've done they've done a couple others. Oh, I bet you we probably talked about this because we did talk about on Party Chat one time. It was like, what game would you like to see done as a Pokemon Go style game? And I think you brought up the Jurassic Park one.
Probably.
That's funny you mentioned Pokemon Go. That was going to be my first choice before Angry Birds because I played that for a little bit too.
I played it for like the week it came out, and then I never touched
it.
Yeah,
that's how long I played it for. My phone was under optimized. Like you had to have an iPhone just to get like good whatever on it.
That's probably the only. That's basically my extent of the Pokemon franchise. The only other Pokemon game I actually played more than maybe like 5 minutes was Pokemon Pinball. I played a chunk of that.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, so you were kind of away from. I was part
of
the
I borrowed it from someone. I was never really interested in Pokemon. Mainly because it's turn-based, and I don't like turn-based.
Oh, I hate turn-based, which is so ironic because I was a huge Pokemon fan. I just hated the games. I loved the Pokemon. I loved the cards. I had the whole freaking Team Rocket deck. I had all the shiny, like first editions, but I hated the games. I
watched a little bit of the show.
I went and saw the movie in theaters.
Never saw the movie.
I mean, I was like all in, and I just couldn't get past the turn-based stuff with the games, and even the N64 games, like the 3D style. I just hated the turn-based. It wasn't until Smash Bros. You talk about being obsessed with like games and stuff. Going back to that real quick, Melee. I loved that you could have Pokemon like actually fight each other in the games because that's my dream Pokemon concept game.
I don't remember if it was on a Party Chat, but I want to say at one point, I want to say it was Nightmare asked, like, what would get you to play a Pokemon game? And I was like, if the Pokemon game and the combat was basically Smash Brothers, I would play that.
Yes.
and you
What is
depending
up,
on what your
Nintendo?
stats are, make you could be like super overpowered versus your opponent.
Yeah,
But
there's a
if
market
you're
for it. Come on.
more evenly balanced, then it would be, like if you're like level 99 and your opponent's like level 1, then it would be like when in Smash Brothers when you're doing like the multi-man melees and you like one hit will kill them. It would be like that. But if you're more evenly matched, then you do similar amounts of damage to each other, or it can be tweaked.
You could like work up your XP by doing like the challenges, like how they do in Melee or any of the Smash games. Like it's such a novel. Like you could do that. I know we got Pokken tournament or whatever it was, but that was whatever.
I haven't played it, so I don't know.
I've seen a little bit of it. It just wasn't impressive. But do something like Smash.
Yes, if the combat in Pokemon just had Pokemon gameplay, but instead of turn-based combat, you had Smash Brothers combat, I would probably definitely play that.
And call it Pokemon Smash and make it a spinoff.
That would be pretty cool.
Pay me, Nintendo.
Yeah, Nightmare says, I don't think I asked that. Okay, maybe you were there. I think I remember you being there, but I if it wasn't you, whatever. But someone asked me that, and it's like, that's what would get me to play Pokemon.
That's all I want. That's
all
I've ever wanted from Pokemon. I love the Pokemon. I just don't like taking turns making them fight.
Yeah. So, all right. So you were going to say Pokemon Go. Ryan also mentioned the Jurassic Park Alive, which that definitely sounds interesting. And it looks like you can still get that. It's not been delisted or anything.
No, it's still around.
So in that one, are you a dinosaur as well, and you go and fight other dinosaurs, or?
So you have a team. So what you have to do is you have to harvest the DNA of the dinosaurs to level them up. So, and then the more DNA you harvest, you might find a dinosaur that you don't have the DNA of, so you haven't unlocked it, and you have to hit a certain mark to unlock it. And then you have a team of 8 dinosaurs that, if you decide to battle, you can battle other players. If you just want to do a straight up like online battle, you can also battle AI. What be in world bosses or whatever. They're probably AI at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and basically they all have different different skill sets, and so you can get just standard dinosaurs that are legitimately, they're legitimate old dinosaurs, but you can also get like famous ones from the movies. So you can find Blue. You can find Rexy, who is the original Tyrannosaurus from the first movie, the one from World, and she's in the last 3 movies.
Yeah.
Fucking Jurassic World, that 5 movie doesn't exist. It sucked. I'm sure they probably have.
The last one I saw, I saw the last of the world, the World reboot one.
Dominion.
I saw Dominion. That was the last one I saw. There's been 2 more since then.
No, there's been one more.
Just one.
Yeah,
That's
Rebirth.
Rebirth. That's the one that with Scarlett Johansson, right?
Yeah, and it had
I've
severely, weirdly mutated dinosaurs, and it wasn't good. And one of the reasons I didn't really care for it is because the reason I love the Jurassic World franchise is because the Tyrannosaurus from the original movie was probably arguably my favorite on-screen animal of all time.
Okay.
So like when they brought her back for actually the World trilogy, and I say a trilogy because it's the there's no 4th one.
Right.
So yeah, sorry, 4th one. I did say 5. Anyway, long story short, there's no characters from any of the previous movies, Jurassic Park franchise, Jurassic World trilogy. 4 is a standalone, it's by itself, and it's crap. It's
too safe.
It's just crap.
They wasted the racks. They like, because I'm being quiet because we'll be here all night talking about Jurassic Park if I start, because I love the franchise too. So
yeah. So I mean, they went to a different island. What they went back to Site B or whatever, but there was no Spinosaurus. So apparently the Spinosaurus is dead. Which there was a T-Rex in it, but it was not a T-Rex that was normal or whatever. Nobody knows what it was, and it was in the movie for like 10 whole minutes.
Oh, the big egg-headed thing.
No. The
Are you
actual
talking about
Tyrannosaur.
the river? Yeah, the one by the river.
Yeah, the
Man,
one by the river. It was in it
such
for
a
like what, 10
waste.
minutes?
That
Oh,
thing was
absolute
so
waste.
cool when you first see it, but then it's like he's just like bobbing his head in the not to spoil it, but he's bobbing his head in the water at the raft, and that's all he does the rest of the movie. I was
Yeah, pretty
expecting to
much.
see him at the end of the movie, and like as a surprise.
Yeah, no.
And I like
then-
the director. I like Gareth Edwards because I was one of the few people that liked Godzilla 2014, and I liked
Like that.
I liked Rogue One. That was one of the few modern Star Wars things that I liked.
I think it's the best of Disney Star Wars. That doesn't say a whole lot.
No, you're right.
No,
You're
it
absolutely
doesn't.
right. But I just like
what
his.
they should have did
conceptual.
is after Dominion, they should have let it lie. You had a lot of the original characters, the new characters, they all came together. You perfectly encompassed it. The face of the whole entire franchise is the original Tyrannosaur from 1994.
Yeah.
Like literally, she is the face of the whole entire franchise. That roar is iconic.
At the end
And
of the movie, yeah.
She had a happy ending, and it's like going, dude, let it lie. And they're like going, wow, we made up $1.2 billion, so let's make another one. Well, congratulations, you made like 650.
That Dominion movie is like the best way I described it was Fast and Furious with dinosaurs.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
would like to see a Fast and Furious Jurassic Park crossover.
I mean,
They leaned into it, yeah, the absurdity, but they were trying to be
Although-
serious in this one, and it was like, what do you do? Like
I think the best
Like
crossover would have
locusts?
been Fast and Furious and Transformers.
that would have made sense. Yeah, the
Especially
cars.
if
anyway.
Tyrese is in both, anyways.
Oh, he is, isn't he? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, I mean, the original Transformers movie I thought was actually very good.
I love that.
The
movie.
Michael Bay
One of
one.
my- yeah, the Michael Bay one.
Yeah, I loved it. It's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite movie.
Yeah, Tyrese Gibson in it, like when they're trying to battle the
Guys.
scorpion thing, and he's like he's like, where's your wallet at? He's like, back pocket. He's like, you have 10 back pockets. Left cheek, left cheek, left cheek.
Yeah, I had an awesome experience seeing that in the movie theater. That's probably why it's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite movie, just from that experience alone. I
Oh,
know I get a
saw
lot
that
of
in
eyebrows
theaters.
from people for that, but I mean, I've
Yeah,
got some.
fuck 'em.
I've got some decent
Fun
choices on my list too. But
But it's funny you brought up Jurassic Park because someone brought up Jurassic Park the movie on, I think, during Chattis Factory last week. We'll just talk about random stuff and things that chat throws out. And my buddy Rocker Dude was in chat, and he's like, yeah, Jurassic Park is like the epitome of like a perfect movie. I'm like, almost perfect. The one
close.
thing that
Hard to
my
argue,
one
but
gripe with the original Jurassic Park, and I didn't know this until someone mentioned it in chat, was it had to do with something with the storm that was going on when they were filming it, like destroyed part of the set, and so that a scene had to get cut. And my one gripe on why it's not a perfect movie is Samuel L. Jackson's character just disappears, and all of a sudden he's dead. And that's when when
Yeah,
Ellie
that
is
was-
resetting the power, and his
Yeah.
arm shows up, and it's like, what the heck? We're missing something here. So that's my one gripe, is that it's like they're missing something in the movie. So, but yeah, I was informed that it's because like the set got destroyed or something, they couldn't reshoot it, and so that's just what they had to do with what they had to work with. So
yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah,
I did
they were
not
going to
know
do a
that.
whole scene with him, and it was going to be like a maquette, like of his body or something. And they had to pivot and use the arm instead as like a quick like. just
like
to-
a
just to
mannequin.
I think so. Don't quote me on it, but I feel like I read somewhere that was going to be like a more fleshed out thing, that he gets killed by one of the raptors or the alpha, or what is it? Can you call a female an alpha?
Well, yeah. So they called her
Yes?
the big one.
The big one, yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, she was in charge.
So Nightmares with it. He also liked the first Michael Bay Transformers. So
Ironically, it
Good
actually
company.
lines up because when it comes to dinosaurs, the females are bigger than the males.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's why Rexy from the movie, she is the largest tyrannosaur in the Jurassic Park franchise slash
she's-
Jurassic World.
She's massive. That's
I
why they
know-
never put her up with the Spino, because she would have dwarfed the Spino almost, I think, right?
Well, yeah. So the Spinosaurus was roughly in the neighborhood of like 50 feet long. They said that Rexy, at her full length, was probably about 47 feet. In her older years, she's probably down to like 43 feet, 45 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because dinosaurs, of course, as they age, but by the Jurassic World franchise, the very first movie, she was like 25 years old.
Yeah,
which
she
is
was.
usually the age of where a Rex would actually be dead. But that's why they say in the movie, given the right environment and being fed and modern medicine and stuff like that, could. Oh, that was the second movie. I'm sorry, the Jurassic World 2. That she could live
All
up to 50
Fallen
years.
Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom. She could live up to 50 years.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a massive Jurassic Park nerd, dude.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you're in good company.
I think it's kind of a reptile thing that females are larger than males in a lot of reptile species.
Yes.
I know that's the case in most turtles.
Yeah, no. So the Spinosaurus in the third movie, Jurassic Park 3, which barely exists in my opinion,
I like
that
Jurassic
was
Park 3.
that was a sub-adult. Had the Spinosaurus faced Rexy, one bite, it would have crushed the vertebrae of the Spinosaurus, and the movie be over.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a junior. It wasn't fully grown.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't fully grown.
That
So
makes sense.
the bite of a Tyrannosaurus actually is upwards of 12,000 to 13,000 pounds per square inch. The Spinosaurus could only bite about 5,000 per square inch.
Oh, okay.
And that's
Much,
an adult
much
Rex.
stronger.
Yeah, it's like you're almost tripling it.
Yeah. All right. So I actually have a couple of mobile games that I was a big fan of. Some of the ones that I really liked were there was a series of games called The Room 1, 2, 3. I played. I think that there was a fourth one. I didn't play that one. And it's basically just a bunch of puzzle box games. And you get this like box, and the whole game is just figuring out how to open up each layer and get into it. So it's a puzzle game, and I love puzzle games. So I really enjoyed those ones. I recently, within the last couple months, I was informed of a very similar style of game. So I've been keep my eye on it for when it goes on sale, but it hasn't gone on sale yet. Called the House of Da Vinci. That's actually on consoles. So once House of Da Vinci goes on a steep enough sale, I'm going to pick those up because there's a bundle for all three of them, and it's very similar to that from what I hear, what I've looked at in the trailers. So if you like puzzle box games, check out The Room. I'm pretty sure it's still available on mobile. And they were like $2 or $3 each, so it's very cheap. And then the House of Da Vinci, more fleshed out because they're like $20 each, I think. But I think the bundle goes on sale for like $25 when it's on sale. So next time it goes on a good sale, I'm going to pick up the bundle on my Xbox. Another one that I was a big fan of, and I actually went. I still have it on my iPad, but I can't actually play it because the app is there, but the game has been removed from the store, so I can't even re-download it, which pisses me off. But I often call myself a hardcore casual of the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise because I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't kept up with it, and I don't know like all of the different like generations and stuff, but I do really love the Yu-Gi-Oh game. So my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh game was a mobile game called Dual Generation, and I can't even play it anymore, which really sucks. But because I don't want to go on and play online against a bunch of sweaties who have like perfect decks. I just want to play against AIs who have like theme, or not AI, but NPC characters that have decks that are based on a specific like theme or something like from the show, and that's what the Dual Generation game was, because you just played against all of the characters from the show, and you played against their decks that they use in the show that were all based on different themes and stuff. So that was a really great game. I played a crap load of that. I just hate that I can't play it anymore because the current Yu-Gi-Oh game is Master Duel, and there is a single player mode, but it's not like that at all. It's like, they're called like gates, and there's like 5 or 6 duels in each one, but it gives you a deck and you have to beat each duel with the deck that you're given. So it's not like I can build my own deck and then use it to go through a campaign modes. So the focus of that game is all online. Like I said, I don't want to go online and get my butt handed to me by sweaties who know every freaking card in the 12,000 cards of Yu-Gi-Oh that there are, or something like that. So
yeah, you just want to have fun with it.
Yeah, I just want to have fun, play against NPC characters, and I can't do that anymore because Dual Generations is taken offline. But I loved that game. Another one that also got delisted and was a lot of fun, and I hate that it got scrapped because it was a really good game. That was Mighty Doom. It was a top-down Doom roguelite, and that was a lot of fun. It got shut down like a year or two. Maybe
I've heard of that.
Maybe about a year and a half ago, and I would play that game like every day for a little bit, and that was a really fun game, and I hate that got shut down. But if I had to pick a number one, this was easily there's a series of games, that one of them in particular I played the most of, And they were an excellent series of games on mobile, and you can't play them anymore either. Similar to the dual generation, I have the apps on my devices, but I can't play them because you can't download them, and it's all because of a lawsuit between Apple and Epic, and that was the Infinity Blade games. Those games were freaking awesome, and I
I've heard of
played
those. Yeah.
a crap load of Infinity Blade 2. I got Infinity Blade 3. I didn't play a whole lot of it though, because there were 2 characters and your like XP pool was not shared. So every time you switch back to the other character, you're weaker because you have to level that character up separately. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. If they had just had a shared XP pool, I would have liked 3 a lot better, so that regardless of who you're playing as, you're still getting XP for both characters. But it was a more fleshed out game. But Infinity Blade 2, I played the crap out of. And it had like this prestige system, so you could just keep prestige. And I don't know how many times, but you could like like I said, I haven't played it in a long time because I can't play it anymore. But every time you beat a run, essentially, it gets harder and it goes like up a level. And I think I got to like, I don't know, like level 700 or something. So it's really short, because if you just beeline it to the final boss, it's like maybe like 5 or 6 fights. So you can beat a run in a very short period of time. But I played a heck of a lot. It had a great gameplay loop and like the carrot at the end of the stick, because there's always something to be working for, because you can always make your stuff more stronger, more powerful as the enemies get stronger and stronger. So even though you're leveling up, so are the enemies, but not so much that they're, for the most part, they're not like outclassing you. But the gem system was great, because you could get stronger and stronger gems and fuse them together to make stronger and stronger gems. And it was just a great gameplay loop, and I love that game. And I still hate that I bought those games and I can no longer play them, even though I have the hardware and I bought the license. They just like, nope, you can't play this game anymore because we said so. So I'm not happy about that, because if I could download it, I would go back and play them again. But they are removed from the store, and I tap on the icon. It's like, oh, this game you can't download anymore. Would you like to remove it? I'm like, no, I don't want to remove it, because I want to know if it ever comes back to the store, because Apple and Epic have made nice a little bit in recent years, because there was a big lawsuit. The lawsuit I mentioned had to do with Fortnite, and that has been settled. So I believe Fortnite is back on the iOS store. I haven't looked, but I heard that because of the settlement or whatever happened with that lawsuit, Fortnite is back on the iOS store. So I had hope that maybe Infinity Blade would too, since they're both Epic. And the Infinity Blade actually is in Fortnite as one of the weapons. But to this day, it's still not available, and I really freaking want Infinity Blade back.
I know that Fortnite has been on the iOS store for probably like 4 months.
Okay, that would make sense.
At least that I've seen. So could be longer.
So yeah, they brought Fortnite back to iOS. So why the heck can't we get Infinity Blade back? So I'm still salty about that one, because I never got any reimbursement or anything. They just stole my money, and they're like, you can't have access to this anymore, even though you gave us money for it. So the wonders of digital only gaming.
I was going to say, it's crazy how, they delist a lot of games on like console or PC games, but nobody ever talks about mobile games and how often that happens.
It happens a lot. And normally, at least on consoles, even when it gets delisted, you can still download the game if you bought it while it was available. So you don't have to keep it installed. You can re-download it. You just can't purchase it. This game, you can't purchase, and you still can't access it. You can't re-download it or anything, even though you bought it. That should be a lawsuit right there. Because I paid for it, and you took it away, and you did not reimburse me for what I paid you for it. Given it wasn't very much, I think they were $7 each. But still, I paid you for a product, and you took it away from me without any legal justification for it. So,
I don't know. I was going to say $7. That's like a gallon of gas now. So yeah,
yeah, it's like $6.50 here.
Oh man,
good God,
it's stupid. So, but yeah, my favorite mobile game would absolutely be Infinity Blade 2. Love that game, and I really hope that I can play it again someday. So, all right, let's see here. So next up on the agenda is this is a topic I had written down a little while ago. I'm like, you know what? Let's throw it on tonight's agenda. And so that is we all have games that we are not fans of, but I want to make us think a little bit and come up with a game that is terrible, but say something nice about it. So what is something good or something that you liked about an otherwise terrible game, or in your opinion, a terrible game? So I thought that'd be a really interesting topic for party chat. So
That's a good question. Yeah, I really got to think.
The reason why I threw this on here is partially due to my buddy Dude 1286, because my game is one that he's been playing on stream recently.
Okay.
So if you guys do, either you guys have an answer. If not, I can go first and give you a little bit more time to think if you don't have one on.
The only real answer I have is it wasn't actually a game, but it was meant to be the game, and we talked about this, I believe, the last party chat or the one before that. SP was supposed to be that Silent Hill game.
Oh,
was
PT?
it
PT?
Thank you. Yeah, it was supposed to be a Silent Hill game, and I hated it. And the only thing I can say about it, yes, it was creepy, so I liked that, but I hated it because it wasn't Silent Hill. It had nothing to do with Silent Hill. Didn't make any sense. It took place
Kojima, his pretentiousness.
Yeah, so I mean, again, it was very creepy, which is awesome, but no, it didn't. It wasn't Silent Hill. So the fact that it was supposed to be Silent Hill, I was like, no. So had they released that game, I wouldn't have bought it. They never did.
So what was there anything about just the creepiness of it did a good job and you like that?
Oh yeah, no, it was extremely creepy.
Okay.
So I mean, it held true to the name of Silent Hill being creepy, but it just wasn't Silent Hill.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it didn't have Silent Hill on the title, but it was in the Silent Hill universe.
Yeah, they were trying to make it a thing, and they got, well, let's just say they humped the bunk, and everybody freaking drop kicked them off a cliff. And said, I think it probably had some of the biggest backlash of a game that I've seen previous to modern era games having backlash.
Okay, because when we talked about that recently, it's like I've only ever heard good things about it.
Yeah, those people don't play Silent Hill.
I was about to say I really liked it and I was really impressed with it, but I'm very much a Silent Hill normie, and thinking about it, let's say the game does get released and it's it gets like great reception. I predict, or I should say I could have predicted that game probably would have done for Silent Hill probably what Capcom's doing with Resident Evil now, like modernizing it, making it kind of I don't even want to say slop, because I don't consider Resident Evil slop now, but it's very normie based. It's like very normie centric. Silent Hills probably would have done that.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Well, I would actually kind of argue that the Silent Hill 2 remake, it's not a remaster, it's a remake.
That's definitely in that category. I feel
that is fucking normie.
Yeah, that's what I think Silent Hills probably would have did before all this. I really think. I have a theory too. I don't know if I've ever explained this to anybody or anything, but I have a theory that that's what inspired Resident Evil 7 with Silent Hills. And I know Capcom will never admit that.
Oh, I would agree, yeah.
I really feel like, because we got so many games that came out of the shadow of Silent Hills after it was canceled, and after, like they had the big kerfuffle with Kojima leaving and stuff. We got so many indie games that were inspired by Silent Hills. When you look at early footage of RE7, I mean, that's like almost like one-to-one concept of what Silent Hills was going to be before they retooled everything in RE7.
Yeah, no, I would actually, I mean, even what came out, I would say is very much Silent Hill.
Yeah, like the ghost girl in it, or I should say ghost girl, I put it in quotes, but like that first, like there was a proof of concept teaser for RE7 where it's first person perspective. You're in a spooky house, and you look up the stairs and you see, this is one of my favorite horror tropes. It creeps me out so much, but you look up the stairs and you see a pair of legs hanging, and it's obviously somebody hanging at the top of the stairs, and the legs, you can't see the upper body, and the legs turn and like face you, and you look away in the trailer, and then as you look away, there's like a girl's face, like they're screaming at you. And that was pretty much like what they did in Silent Hills, not without the legs or anything, but just like the jump scare factor.
Well, yeah, the
So it
jump scare-
definitely inspired a lot of modern paranormal games for sure.
Well, and that game is extremely dark.
It
and,
is,
and,
yeah.
and I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to bounce here soon because it's getting late for me.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think very much Silent Hill esque. It spawned a lot of genres and stuff like that, which I
Yeah.
mean that's
yeah.
fine. But going in the other direction, Silent Hill has never been anything close to arcade or like you
No,
wouldn't.
no, it always had a certain tone to it. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's always had the same tone. It's always been a very certain tone. Yeah, other even in the original Silent Hill 2 on the PlayStation 2, the world when it's all foggy and stuff like that, it's not the nightmare world. It's not where it switches. It definitely has a lighter tone to it in a sense, but I think the Silent Hill 2 remake, they went way above and beyond. You start having these creatures that are breaking through glass windows where you're standing behind a counter, and I'm like going, oh, you see it coming, and then it like jumps through, and it's like, that's fucking gay.
Yeah.
Like
It's modern horror.
Yeah, the point is to hear it and not know where it is. And you're looking around, and then all of a sudden, like maybe you turn around and you see it kind of like out of the corner of your eye or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the corner of the camera. It fades off the screen real quick, and you're like, oh, it was right behind me. But like, no, I mean, I watched it and I'm like going, when could you climb through windows? When did they start jumping through windows? I was like, oh. And I again, that's kind of my gripes with Resident Evil, but I think Resident Evil had a little bit different of a tone. But yeah, so that's my gripe. So anyways, yeah, sorry guys, it's like 9:40. I gotta get to bed. So
All right. I just put a quick question in there. You can ignore it if
yes,
you want to, but great having you on again as always, Ryan. So thanks for joining us. And you have a great night, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow for some GoldenEye Perfect Dark.
Yeah, no, and I'll answer that question. It was good to be on with Slosh.
It was good talking to you, man. Yeah,
First time it was a lot of fun.
Really good.
So definitely come back. We'll make fun of Neo some more. And
so
no,
we're good.
If I had to pick, and this
if you want, you can just put it in there, and then when we get to it, I'll tell everyone what it was.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll do that. So all right, I'll see you guys.
All right, later, Ryan. Have a good night.
Take care, man.
You too.
So, all right. So, yeah, Ryan was talking about PT. So do you have yours, or do you want me to? I can go ahead and go next.
I don't know. It's tough because, like, I think about because I really didn't like Resident Evil 8. I really didn't like Last of Us Part 2. I liked the first Last of Us. There's actually more of that than I liked than I disliked. Part 2, obviously, it upset a lot of people.
Would you consider it a terrible game?
See, that's the thing, because the gameplay itself, and I've thought about, and I've had a lot of conversations with people in the Melee Discord about this too, where it's, the gameplay. First of all, if it's a video game, the gameplay should be good, and that should make or break the game. The problem is, if it's a narrative-based game, like Last of Us Part 2, for example, and the narrative is absolutely, dog water terrible, then it really hurts all of the other good aspects or potentially good aspects of that game. And I think there's some good stuff with Last of Us Part 2, but it just gets so muddled down with all of the negative. And obviously there's all the different controversy with Abby and stuff. And it's so funny because everybody brings her up. That's not even the least blatantly dumb thing in the game. Like, you have this other character who's a trans character, and they really ham-fisty with that. And then you have the stuff with them hammering it into you that Joel's this bad person and all this stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I guess the gameplay is probably the immersion in the world is probably a good thing about that game. I would pivot more towards RE though, since that's what I'm most familiar with. With RE8,
Okay. Which Resident Evil would you say is terrible?
6 for sure. But then again, like if you're going for a certain type of gameplay, that gameplay is okay. It's just not Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like
On open mic, I was like 6 would probably be my favorite because it's the most actiony.
it is, yeah, and the action's fine. It's not a terrible game. It just has a lot of QTEs, which I mean RE4 had those too, so I can
Yes.
kind of
I was gonna
excuse
say
that.
the RE4 had a lot of those as well.
And it had some cutscenes that you couldn't skip, which that doesn't bother me to a point. But if it's a narrative-based game and it has a lot of that stuff, I don't know. It's tough to think, what positives you could pull out of that. With the action with RE6, that's fine. I think that's a good one. With RE8, it's more of like, I don't know, the immersion. But then again, I don't like the themes and like the fairy tale quote unquote stuff with RE8. That's a tough question though, because like it's easy to hate.
Say something nice about a game that you hate.
Yeah, oh man, and I don't know.
Well,
I guess I hate Last of Us Part 2 more than I would hate RE6 or RE8.
Okay.
So I would go with
I
Last
haven't
of
played
Us 2.
either of the Last of Us games, so all
The
I
first
know
one
about
was
it is
fine,
what
like I
hear
said.
from other people.
But the first one also, again, because of it being a narrative-based game, the narrative in that first game, services the gameplay pretty well. With the second game, oh, you know what though? I'll say this: I don't like RE9, but the Leon stuff is okay. The Leon stuff is like smooth, fluid, very arcadish, which I know is controversial with a lot of fans of the original games. And I'm a fan of the original games too, but I kind of grown to like the R8 or arcade style of those games as they evolved. I guess RE9 is a good example of a current. And I wouldn't say I hate it. I just don't like it. I'm just like I'm not very warm to it. And but it does have a couple good moments in it. But it doesn't redeem the game. Don't get me wrong. It's just something that I think is serviceable, we'll say.
Okay.
I'm all over the place with this question, but it's a really good question. It's just I'm not like really trying to wrap my brain around what I want positively out of a game that I don't like.
So, well, you'll have if you do come up with anything else, you'll have a few minutes here to figure that out. But if not, no worries. But before I get into what I want to talk about here, I just want to say hi to Crazy Landlow's in chat. What's up, Crazy Landlow? Good.
What's going on, Landlow?
He's going to be on open mic in a couple weeks here, so looking forward to getting to chat with him. Saying that talking about something you like about a terrible game. I haven't played it, but I've heard that Sonic 06 is a terrible game, and
no, that's perfect. The soundtrack is pretty good.
The soundtrack in that game is godly. So
yeah, soundtrack's great.
I'll have to take your word for it. Sonic does typically have really good music, so that sounds like a pretty good pick. But yeah, he also says, talking about Last of Us 2, says they killed Joel. Like, come on, WTF.
Yeah, there's so much to dislike about it, and it's hard to find anything that I really like. But that was the best example I think I could come up with.
All right.
That I just outright don't like.
So for my answer to this one, as I alluded to earlier, the inspiration for putting it on tonight's topics was my buddy Dude 1286, who we do our Achievement Chasers once a month. He is playing this on stream right now. I played it on stream last year for the first time, basically since it came out. When it originally came out, I was like, it was okay. It wasn't that bad. But when I replayed it last year, I was like, God, I freaking hate this game. And it is one of the games in my second favorite franchise of all time, and that is Metroid Other M.
Okay.
So he's working his way through it on stream right now. He's got only a few more achievements left. I think I was looking at it before streaming. He's only got like 5 or 6 achievements left because he's doing it for retro achievements.
Not bad.
I will be playing it for retro achievements as well. I'm not looking forward to it. But after playing it again I played it in, I want to say it was like in November. I played it late last year, and oh my God, I freaking hated the game. There was so much stupid crap in this game that just pissed me off to nearly no end. So
yeah, it was a
really
mess.
Hate this game. But the thing that sucks is very similar to the game I'm playing right now on Metroidvania Monday, which I was going to play last night, but I got home really late, and so I didn't get to do a Metroidvania Monday last night. But the game I've been playing through for Metroidvania Monday is similar in that I want to like the game. It just does all this stuff to rub me the wrong way. And that game that I've been playing for Metroidvania Monday is Blast Brigade.
Okay.
But I do like Blast Brigade far more than I like Other M. But they're similar in that there's slight little tweaks that could make the game so much drastically better. So in Other M, the narrative is dog water. It is terrible. I did watch a video not that long ago that the Japanese version is very different just because of the tone. It's more of like not necessarily a bad translation, but the tone that they took with the game in the narrative in the English version does not match what they were going for in the Japanese version. I've heard that the Japanese version makes a lot more sense in the story. I'll have to find that video and I'll put the link to it in the stream description if anyone wants to go check it out. So
yeah, for sure, I'd be interested in that.
The
Japanese stuff,
version.
Because like from my perspective, like I would watch like I grew up on Godzilla movies, and I only like recently in recent years would watch like clips of the Japanese like originals, and the tone is just like it's so crazy, like how different like a character speaks or how a character says like a line or something. I can see that with Metroid for sure.
And is
it a night and day difference though, or is it
kind of? Because one of the things that is uber retarded about and I was arguing with dude about this in his chat while he was streaming it the other day, because Samus, you're a bounty hunter. You don't, when you do work for someone. Sure, but in Other M, you're not working for anyone. You get an SOS from the space station, you show up, and then these the Galactic Marines show up as well, and they're giving you these orders on what you can and can't do. It's like I don't work for you. You're not my boss. I don't have to listen to what you have to say.
I remember that, yeah.
In the Japanese version, from what I remember from the video, the YouTube video I watched on someone who was breaking this down, is she does it more out of respect for them, which kind of makes sense because he's her former commanding officer and she has a great respect for him, but she does it more out of respect for him. But in the English version, that's like not conveyed at all. She just like goes ahead and does whatever they say just because. And the thing that makes absolutely zero effing sense about freaking Other M is you don't like acquire new abilities throughout the game like you do in a typical Metroid game. You have them all along, and you have to wait for Adam to give you permission, or
I remember
permission to use your abilities, which
that
is the
zero sense.
Stupidest, most retarded thing I've ever heard. Because
zero sense.
The argument that dude makes, and this makes more sense, is that it would make more sense if it was like, hey, you can't use some of your more advanced weapons. I could kind of go for that more so than like, I don't think that she should be able. It's like, hey, if I have these weapons, I can use them because you're not my boss. I was not contracted by you for this mission. I don't have to listen to you at all, so I could use all my stuff. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
But if
I think it's most people's take.
Yeah. So the thing that would make somewhat sense is kind of like a compromise is that because like every single one of your abilities, you do unlock like one or two abilities through the game you actually don't have from the beginning. But for the vast majority of them, you have all the abilities from the get-go, and you have to wait for Adam to give you permission to use them. And for weapons, that kind of makes sense. But for things like, oh, you're in a hot area and you need your various suit so you don't take heat damage. Oh, I'm going to make you run through the heat area 3 times before I give you permission to use your various suit. How the hell does that make any freaking sense?
That's so stupid.
So stuff like that, I hate about this game. It pisses me off. Another thing that just ruins a lot of the gameplay is that in Metroid games, you defeat enemies and they drop stuff, ammo for your missiles, or they give you more health. There are no drops from beating enemies at all in the entire game. Not one enemy ever drops anything.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
If they just had enemies drop health and ammo, it would make the game better. But the reason why there isn't is because so you play it with your Wiimote sideways like this.
Yeah.
The only time you're not playing it like this is in order to shoot a missile, you have to point your Wiimote at the screen, and then it goes into first person like Metroid Prime, but you can't move.
Yeah, that's
you
the thing I hated the most
around,
about it.
and then you have to lock onto an enemy with B and then hit A to shoot a missile. That is also god freaking awful.
I hated that.
So that's another terrible thing about the game. But either way, anyways, where I was going with that is you're playing it with like this. Where was I going with that before I went on the missile thing? That's where I was going with it. So you're playing like this. There's only 2 ways to refill your health. One is, as you would expect, a save station. Although a lot of Metroid games, like the 2D Metroids, they typically save stations don't refill your health, but the 3D ones, Metroid Prime, they do restore your health. The only way to restore your health is you have to get your health low enough, and you can't do this at any time. You have to wait for your health is low enough till you have like 20 HP left, which is super dangerous because at that point, a single hit could kill you. But once your health is low enough, you have to hold the Wiimote, point it up, and hold A, and you'll stand still, and you'll just recharge your health. Just where does the health come from? You can just refill your health. Why can't I do that whenever? Why do I have to wait till my health is low in order to do that? But when you're doing that, you're standing still. You can't do anything else, so you're vulnerable to attack if enemies are nearby. And if they hit you, then before the bar fully fills up, then you don't get your health back, and you'll probably die in one hit. So, and the more energy tanks you have, the longer it takes to fill up. But it doesn't fill up all of your tanks. It only gives you like 2, even if you have more energy tanks. So if you just had enemies drop health like a normal Metroid game, that would make it better. And then the exact same thing goes for missiles. So missile expansions are basically pointless in this game because fortunately you don't have to wait till you're low on missiles. At any point, you just put the joystick or the Wiimote up and hold A, just like refilling your health, and it'll just refill your missiles. Where do they come from? So there's 0 point to getting missile expansions because you can just hold still and recharge your missiles at any time. So many stupid ass decisions in this freaking god awful game. Another one is at the end, like every time that Adam does give you permission to use an ability, it'll go into like a little cutscene. It'll show you your like a diagram of your suit, and it'll show you like most Metroid games. It shows you like, here's all your morph ball upgrades, here's your suit upgrades, here's your beam upgrades and whatnot, and it'll show you the next one unlocks. And you can go into your pause menu and look at it to get details about it. Except at the very end of the game, you have to use the power bomb to defeat the Queen Metroid, and that doesn't happen. And you're just supposed to know that you have your power bombs all of a sudden when there's no cutscene telling you, hey, I gave you permission to use your power bombs. You can just do it now. And the game doesn't tell you that. And then the cutscene unlocking the power bomb is after you beat the Queen Metroid. So this game just has so much crap about it that just pisses me off. But it's so many little things could make it a drastically better game, because all that to say is the gameplay in the game is actually pretty good. It's this really cool blend of like Metroid Prime 3D, but it plays more like a 2D side-scrolling Metroid game, but it's in a 3D space because you run down hallways and stuff, and the camera kind of rotates and follows because you have no control over the camera. So it's like this hybridization of 3D and 2D Metroids, and the concept is really freaking cool, but they just butchered the execution. So
the concept, it was always cool. I just never liked the execution. It always bugged me.
Before the game came out, because Ninja Gaiden is one of my favorite franchises ever, and when I heard that, I wasn't a huge Metroid fan at the time, but I did like the Metroid franchise. Okay, but when I heard Team Ninja was working on a Metroid game, I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. And then I played it, and I was very let down by it. And then when I played it again just last year, I was like, I freaking hate this game. So the concept is really freaking cool. I want them to redo Other M and make it good and get rid of the freaking recharging health and recharging ammo because it breaks the gameplay. But the combat and stuff is really freaking cool. This hybridization that they did, I loved what they were going for. They just the execution was freaking terrible. So that's what I consider a terrible game. And I did like what they were going for with the combat. The combat is cool. There's some cool execution moves. The cool like dive motion and stuff, because like it plays more like a 2D Metroid in a 3D space, if that makes sense.
That's what I like that about it, because it played like the side-scrolling style, but it was in 3D. That was cool.
Yeah. So it's a really cool concept. It's just there's so many things they did and just ruined the game. So that's something I do like about a terrible game is the actual combat and the gameplay of the game is really cool. It's just the story is freaking terrible. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention is there's these stupid sections where it goes into like this over the shoulder, like Resident Evil walking for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's like, why do I have to walk at a crawl now? It's like, just let me continue on with playing the game. That's fortunately sections are very short, so that's more of a nitpick, but it's another thing that doesn't belong in the game. The other thing that really, if they ever did a remake of it, which they probably won't because I don't think it did all that good, but this was a game that if any game in the Metroid, although I often say the one that I want remastered the most is Super Metroid.
Yeah, you
Other
mentioned that.
M, I think we talked about that on open mic, but Other M is definitely one of the games that needs it because there are so many things that they could fix and make it an actual good game. And one of those things is there's a number of sections in the game where you go into first person and you're looking around and the game does not progress until you lock onto a specific thing. And then all of a sudden it'll go into the cutscene. You can proceed with the game. It does like 4 times throughout the game, and it's freaking stupid because the game doesn't give you any hint on what it is you're supposed to do. So when I was doing this on stream, there was a section where I'm literally stuck there for like 20 minutes. I'm like, what do I do here? I actually had to pull up a video of the game on YouTube on my other monitor to figure out what I was supposed to do. And because you're out in a grassy plain and you're supposed to look at this little spill of blood on the grass behind you, but the blood is also green, so it's hard to see on top of the grass because it blends in, and it's just this little itty splotch of green blood, and then you have to lock onto that, and then the game proceeds. Like, what is the point of that? So there's like a number of those sections in the game that are freaking retarded, and it halts the game to a stop until you can figure out what the heck you're supposed to do because the game doesn't tell you. So
yeah, they threw a lot into that game, and it was almost like after they did Prime, or the Prime trilogy rather, and after they did the 2D Metroids, they just wanted to combine those and like see if they could carry it forward like that. But it just and like you said, in execution, it just didn't work.
It could have.
Yeah, I remember being really frustrated with it at the time too.
It could have, though. It could be great. There's just a bunch of little slight tweaks would actually make it a good game. So crazy. Says, I tuned out for a second. We talking about Other M? Yes, we are talking about Other M.
Well, and her characterization in the game too. Like, I get that, at some point you want to like make her, relate to the audience through speech and talk and be able to relate to the audience better. But
this is the one game where Samus talks a lot.
Yeah.
Although a lot of it is like internal dialogue, but there's still a lot of dialogue in the game.
And they gave her like trauma from Ridley, which I guess is all right. But
the plot is kind of stupid because she's having like PTSD over Ridley, who she's already fought and defeated like in the last 3 games. So it's like, it's just so many things they could fix, and it could be a good game. But what we have in Other M is just freaking terrible, and I hate this game. But there are things about it I do like, and this is definitely the game that could use a remake because they could fix these things and make it a good game. So all that to say is I also recently discovered a ROM hack called Other M Maximum Edition with 2 X's. And I haven't looked into the details of it, but I've heard that it fixes a lot of these things. So I'm hoping at some point that ROM hack will get a retro achievement set, and I will happily play through that one so I can compare it to the original.
I was going to say it's a time that somebody should have done something with the game. And
so, I mean, I could go and play it right now, but it's without having retro achievements for it. It's not very incentivizing. So if it does get retro achievements, I will absolutely play that one.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my something good about a terrible game is the gameplay is good. It's just everything else in that game is ass.
Yeah, it's really, it's frustrating because I love Metroid. It's like my 3rd favorite franchise behind Resident Evil. It's like in my top 3, right? And
so what would be your number 2 then?
Resident Evil's number 2, and then Mario's number 1.
Okay, yeah, that's right. We did touch on that on open mic. So, yeah, Metroid is my number 2 franchise, right behind Mass Effect. So,
it's good. It's good, but it's frustrating that you have a game like that could be so good.
And you want to like it, and you just can't.
You want to like, yeah.
Same thing with Blast Brigade on Metroidvania Monday. I want to like it, and I just can't because it does all these things that just piss me off. So, But yeah. So all right, Kerry Lano says, I don't hate Sonic 06, by the way. I just acknowledge it's a terrible game. Yeah, just because it's terrible doesn't mean you have to hate it. Because you can love a terrible game, which I think we've talked about.
No,
on
it's
Party
like
Chat
you can
before.
like it, but it's objectively a broken game. It's like it came out broken.
So, yeah, those are not necessarily the same thing because I don't think Other M. I think Other M is a terrible game on not like a functional setting because it plays smooth and it runs well and it doesn't like crash or anything. It's just all the design decisions that went into it I think are terrible.
Yeah, it's like terrible gameplay decisions, and even though they play well, they're like the execution is just clunky.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he says, I hate Sonic Spinball, who I know someone who loves that game. Shout out to Imp. But he says, but again, the music is good. Yeah. So that is, shout out to Dude because he's been doing that for Retro Achievements on his streams. And that I've had this question on my list for a while, but due to him playing it, I'm like, you know what? Other M's going to be my answer to that topic. Let's go ahead and throw that and talk about that on Party Chat this week. So
that's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Dude for kind of being the indirect reason why we talked about that topic tonight.
Does he like Other M, or is he just kind of impartial to it? It doesn't.
He likes it more than I do. I'll say that. But given how much I don't like it, that it doesn't. I think he's kind of in the middle on it. He doesn't hate it like I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say he seems kind of impartial with some stuff that I've talked to him about. So like he didn't hate Prime 4. He kind of acknowledged that it had some goofiness to it, but he wasn't like outright hating it.
But I was very disappointed in Prime 4. But he likes Prime 4 a lot more than I do. He likes Prime 4 better than Prime 3. And having just replayed Prime 3 again for Retro Achievements, because like I said, we just got Retro Achievement support. I like Prime 3 even more now than I did before.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really loud shake. Hi. But Craig Lano says Sonic 06 was broken, but the fact that you can beat it is a miracle.
Yeah. Without that that mod that somebody, it was like a PC mod or something somebody did to it. And James and Kay were playing it this past week because they went back and played it.
I think they were playing the original version, but I have heard that there is a fan mod or ROM hack or something that makes the game decent.
Yeah, somebody did something to it, which I don't know how good it was, but
yeah,
apparently it's better than the stock version.
So, all right, with that, we'll get into our final topic. And so, as usual, we end off our Party Chat stream with talking about what our favorite game from the next year down the line is.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, we're talking about, because we talked about 2021 last episode, we're talking about favorite games of 2022 tonight. And when I was looking through the list of games that because it doesn't matter when you played them as long as the game came out in 2022.
Yeah, that's funny too, because it's a game that I was going to get into before, but it's perfect for this.
Is this one you were referring to earlier?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 2022 game.
So I was
that's
looking
coincidence too.
I have a bunch more games that came out in 2022 that I haven't played yet that would probably make this list, but I haven't played them yet, so they don't qualify.
Okay.
But so I was looking through my list of games that I did play that came out in 2022. I'm like, this is not a great selection of games until I got almost to the end of the year, and a game that came out in October, and I was like, oh, hands down, that is my answer for this one. So, and I actually just played it earlier this year for the first time.
Okay.
So my answer for my favorite game of 2022 is Plague Tale Requiem. That's the second one.
Yeah.
So I played the first one, Plague Tale Innocence, when it, not necessarily right when it came out, but I played it because I think that one came out in like 2018 or 2019. I think I played it in like 2020.
It was late 2010s, I remember. Yeah.
So I played it. I could look up the achievement, see when I played it originally, but I want to say I played around 2020, 2021. So about 4 or 5 years ago. And then I hadn't played Requiem yet. So I was like, before I play the second one, I'm going to go back and play the first one again. Also because there was another stack of achievements. So when I originally played the first one, I played the Xbox version. So when I played through the first one this year, I did the Windows version and got all the achievements in that one. And I love the first one and enjoyed that. And then I immediately followed that up with playing Plague Tale Requiem right after. And it was freaking amazing. It just took everything I loved about the first one and kind of expanded upon it. And it was an awesome game. And at the beginning of each year, we do a top 5 games we've played last year. So
Okay, yeah.
we always, like this year, we did top 5 2025 games. We put air quotes around it because it's not games that came out in 2025, although those would qualify, but it's just the games that you played in 2025. So this one will very likely be in my top 5 next year for top 5 games of 2026, because this game was freaking phenomenal. And if you haven't played either of the Plague Tale games, I highly recommend playing both of them. And the second one was fantastic. So that is definitely my favorite game from 2022. I've got a couple others that I'll mention that I enjoyed, but this one, hands down, is my favorite game from 2022. So if you had to pick a single game from 2022 that was your favorite, what game would that be?
It's probably the one I'm playing currently right now, along with Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
Not to confuse that didn't come out in 2022. I'm just saying those are the two I'm playing right now.
Right.
This one, I was actually surprised when I looked it up that it came out in 2022, because I thought it was a little bit older. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh, is that the one that has
That's the one
that's
got all 9 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So with that caveat, there's a little bit of reservation, but I was recommended it. James recommended it to me, and I've played a bunch of Lego games before, because I like Lego. I've always, ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, I think we got into Legos on open mic because I love Legos. I got my Lego Slave one right there.
Yeah, the UCS one. Yep.
I've only played one Lego game. That was Lego Star Wars 2 on 360.
Well, that was, I think, my favorite Lego game for the longest time. It was Lego. So we got Lego Star Wars, which was the prequels in 2005, I think. Because I remember it had Obi-Wan and Anakin on the cover fighting.
Yeah, that was the original Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars 2 was the original trilogy.
Yeah, the sequel was the original trilogy, and I think I pre-ordered that at GameStop, and I loved that one. That was so good. This one is it's like a remake or remaster of the original trilogy, and then it adds the sequels to it, and it obviously is the prequel stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, but the thing is, you have to go through each episode. I guess it's in release order, so I'm starting with A New Hope, and I've just been blown
release
away.
Order. Okay,
yeah, because you can't do that.
That is the correct way to watch it if you've never watched it before.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, or I didn't know what your thoughts on order of watching them was, but
yeah, release order 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
I've heard of the machete cut too.
I've heard of that. I've never watched it that way, but maybe I'll do that at some point.
Because it's like Anakin's arc that's told properly or something. But no,
if
you have
to
wanted start.
To, you could also throw in Tartakovsky Clone Wars between episodes 1 and 2.
I was about to say, yeah, that's my go-to Clone Wars.
No, sorry, between episodes 2 and 3.
Yeah. The proper chronology. But yeah, you have to start with A New Hope, and then I guess I don't see because I haven't unlocked it yet completely. I'm right at Yavin 4, so I only just started playing it, but I've been just absolutely floored by just how fun it is. And I intentionally waited in May to do it because I bought it at the end of last month, and I was going to play it I was going to do it yesterday, but I just started it earlier today, and I've just been going through it it's so good.
James almost convinced me back when he was singing its praises to pick it up, because he's like, you don't have to play any of the Disney stuff if you don't want to. It's like,
but I'm going to have to.
So I'm going to get all the achievements, which means I will have to do that. So no, thank you. I'm not going to do it. And let's see here. I think for the completion, it's like a 200-hour game or something. It's like,
I haven't even
thank
scratched
you.
the surface yet. But just the way it plays, and if nobody's ever played a Lego game before, basically it's an over-the-shoulder third person.
80 to 100 hours, but that's still a lot for a Lego game.
I'm not even close yet then. But it's basically just an action platformer, and you can use action buttons to collect studs and collect they're called micro builds, I think, or something. You get enough studs in the game, and they add up, and you can collect micro builds. Little ships and stuff in the game. Well, in this game, you can do an over the shoulder and use your blaster to run around and just shoot people.
Play like a third person.
So it's got a third person shooter aspect to it now. You can do hacks where you can play the droids and hack into machines and stuff. It's got so many different like versatile gameplay mechanics to it. I don't know, man. It's just like it like red pilled me on Star Wars again. Like I had Star Wars fatigue for the longest time, and I'm playing this, and I'm playing the original trilogy, and it's just like this is why I love this series to begin with. You know, not to get in a whole rant about Star Wars, but
so there is always still good Star Wars out there. You know, pre Disney. Lots of books and
that's what's this is a Disney. It's like it's like the Disney era, and it doesn't do anything outlandish to it's so far anyway. Like I said, I'm still in episode 4, but
it is on Xbox at least. It's currently on sale for $12, down from $60. So
yeah, that's actually why I bought it, because it was so cheap. So
that is a 80% discount.
And I bought the skins pack, which I know is like it's all sequel stuff, and Mandalorian was in it too, which it's
in Game Pass, so I could play it if I wanted to, but I don't want.
Oh yeah, for free. Okay, yeah. At least try out, like if anybody's legit curious about it, at least just try out maybe the first level, because you're on the Tantive 4, and you play as Leia and Captain Antilles. And you have to switch back and forth between the characters, because they require like certain ways to progress through the game using both characters. And it's got some goofy, like childish stuff in it, but it's a kid's game, so I kind of give it a pass. But it's super, like, and some of the voice acting in it, it's people that are impersonating some of the characters. There's some direct voice lines.
That's right. So the early Lego games didn't have any voice acting.
They didn't have like anything.
Grunts and stuff. But in the more recent ones, they have voice acting in them.
That's my only criticism about these new games, is that they have actual voice actors and
stuff. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer the grunts and stuff?
I kind of like the grunts, because it had more charm to it.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a Simsy, like, just kind of like a quirky thing.
A lot of it's portrayed through body language and stuff.
Yeah, and they still do that in this new game, but I say new game, but new to me. But it's got so much personality and charm to it. Like, I've been absolutely blown away by it.
All right. April 2022. So, all right, so I did ask Ryan before he left what his answer was for favorite game of 2022, and his was Gran Turismo 7.
Okay, okay. Good
I haven't played it,
not bad.
So I can't say anything about it because that was a PlayStation exclusive, and I've never owned a PlayStation. But I know I would have liked it because I played the Xbox equivalent. Played Forza Motorsport, and I really enjoyed those games until, I think I mentioned on our open mic, until I lost all my data.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, I think so. It sounds familiar. Racing sims are fun. I like more like arcade, like kart racer type games. Those are more my style. But I did play Gran Turismo 2. Not at the time it came out, but it was a while ago. I did play it on a PlayStation with my brother. Okay. So, the Turismo games they're good. They're good.
I know I would have liked them if I was a PlayStation kid. So, but yeah, Gran Turismo 7 was Ryan's answer. So, in addition to that, were there any other games from 2022 that you were a fan of?
I was looking through the list. I honestly wasn't that impressed. I hate to say it. I mean, I'm sure there's some objectively good games, but nothing that really grabbed me.
The other games that I wanted to shout out that I enjoyed was Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition came out in 2022.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've seen that.
I played that earlier this year. No, I played it late last year. And I've talked about that game a number of times. Nightmare always brings up the broom closet ending. And I did go and watch the broom closet ending on YouTube because I didn't actually do it in the game. And I'm not going to be booting the game up because the one and only achievement I have left in the game, I'm doing legit. There's an achievement for not playing the game for 10 years. So I have an alarm on I have an alarm set on my phone for August, whatever, of 2035.
That's
and I'll boot the game up and finally get that last achievement because you can cheese it by changing the clock internally on your Xbox or whatever you're playing it on to cheese it, which is what you're kind of supposed to do. But then they chastise you for it. But I'm doing it legit, so I'm not booting the game up until then, and I'm going to get that last achievement. But I did really enjoy that game. He says I do love the broom closet ending joke.
I've seen a bit of gameplay of that. It's an interesting game for sure.
It is interesting. So, but it's not like my favorite game from 2022. So, like I said earlier, it's like these games, like I liked them, but I wouldn't say they were my favorite from the year. So when I got late in the year and I saw Plague Tale, I'm like, oh, that's easily my favorite game from the year. But a couple other games that I really enjoyed. I did this one on Metroidvania Monday earlier this year, and I really enjoyed this game. Was Islets, but spelled Islets. Very cute,
yeah.
bright and colorful 2D Metroidvania. I really like this game. I played it on Metroidvania Monday, so you could go and watch me stream it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Really enjoyed that game. If it wasn't for Plague Tale, that probably would have been my answer. Another game that I really enjoyed was Metal Hellsinger. Came out in 2022. That was a really cool game. Do you know about?
I don't think I've
game?
ever heard of it. No, the name sounds cool.
It's a really interesting game because it looks and plays like the modern Doom games, but it's a rhythm game, and it's all based on the beat of the music, and the music in the game is freaking great. And so you can only shoot and do like your actions on the beat of the music. So it's a rhythm first-person shooter where you're like fighting demons in hell and stuff, and it was a really cool game. It has an excellent soundtrack. So
doesn't sound bad.
No, just Metal Hellsinger. I definitely recommend checking that one out. And I didn't realize it at the time because I'm not terribly familiar with Troy Baker because I haven't really played a lot of games that he's been in, even though he's been in like practically everything. But he's the voice of the main character. The other voice,
is he? Okay,
because there's only like 2 voice characters in the game. Is your character voiced by Troy Baker, and then the big bad of the game. And I immediately, when I heard it, I'm like, that's Jennifer Hale. And I looked it up, and sure enough, it was. So Jennifer Hale is in it as well. And she's the voice of the big alien demoness that you fight at the end of the game. So, but that was a really cool game. And then let's see here. Was that all of them? Yes, that was all of them. So Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, although there was a Stanley Parable. Lost Slosh there for a moment.
You got me?
I'm feeling that probably was not you, and that was Restream, right?
I would assume, but my Wi-Fi just dropped. I don't know. I've been kind of having some issues the past couple days. I thought they were resolved today, but
Restream does have a habit of doing that, so it could have been Restream or it could have been your Wi-Fi.
It might have been. Yeah, I don't know. I'll chalk it up probably to my stuff, but as long as I'm back.
Okay, so but yeah, I was saying that there was a Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition which came out previously. But the only one that exists on Xbox, which is what I played it on, was the Ultra Deluxe Edition that came out in 2022. So there is earlier versions of the game, but I have not played those versions. So, but yeah, so those are the other games that I played in 2022 that I really liked. But yeah, hands down, Plague Tale Requiem took the cake for my favorite game of 2022 so far. I have a bunch of other 2022 games in the backlog that may surpass it, but I really doubt it because that game was excellent.
I've heard good things, yeah, or at least about the first one. I'm trying to think if I've heard anything about Requiem or not.
That first one was great, and the second one's even better.
Is it? Okay.
So the next game, Plague, let's see here. It's slightly different, and it's supposed to be coming out this year, and it's a Plague Tale Legacy is supposed to be coming out this year. I know that it's going to be a little bit different than the first two because the first two play very similarly to each other. I think this one's going to be a little bit different, but I'm still very interested in what they're going to do with it, and I'm looking forward to playing it. And it's actually a prequel because it takes place. One of the main side characters, although it sounds kind of like an oxymoron, but one of the primary side characters in the second game is the protagonist of this next game, but she's older because the Plague Tale 1 and 2 take place 6 months apart from each other.
Okay.
So you play as Hugo and Amicia, or you play as Amicia, but Hugo is with you almost all the time. He's like 8 or something, and Amicia's like 12 or 14 or something. They're both kids.
Yeah.
But one of your primary side characters in the second game, she's a little bit older. Maybe she's like in her 20s or something. No, probably in her 30s would be my guess. She's a little bit older, but she's one of your companions. In this next one is a prequel. I think it takes place 15 years earlier. So she's probably about the age of Amicia is through the first 2 games would be my guess.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. So that is in my top anticipated games for this year as well. So and that and Control, because similarly, the Control 1 is excellent. And I'm going to be playing that again before Control Requiem comes out. I'm very much looking forward to that game as well.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that. Yeah, I saw it, I think, at the Game Awards, and then there's something else earlier this year that they showed it off on.
Yeah. So, last thing here, Crazy Landlord says there are multiple mods for Sonic 06. There's Project 06. I think that's the one I was thinking.
That might be, yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of,
which
too.
Isn't complete, but it fixes up the gameplay. And there is Legacy of Solaris. I've not heard of that one, so I think it was Project 06 is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But Legacy of Solaris sounds like something out of Dark Souls, which is kind of the same thing, but it's for Xenia with a mod manager. I don't know what Xenia is, or Xenia. I have no idea what that is, but
yeah, I've never heard of it.
So, all right. Well, that will do it for tonight's party chat. So, Slosh, thanks for joining me for another stream. Always love chatting with you and talking video games, man. So
this was cool, man. Yeah, I liked it.
Glad you could come on and give us a great topic to kick off the chat with the Capcom thing. So, before we say goodnight, is there anything that you want to shout out, plug, let us know about?
I'll probably be on with Snap Rai on Friday, because he asked me to come on, so I might sit with him, and he's going to be playing. He said Arkham Asylum, but last I saw he was playing Arkham City, so I don't know which one he's going to be playing. But
okay,
I'm going to chat a little bit of Batman stuff, maybe help him through the game while he's doing that on Friday. So
Snap's a good dude.
Oh yeah.
So I met him in person last year, twice.
Oh, that's right, you did. Yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember you told me that. Yeah.
So, so I do have the links to all of Slosh's stuff in the stream description as well.
Oh yeah,
YouTube, a Rumble, a Twitter. If you want me to drop any of those in the chat, I'm happy to do that.
Find me on Twitter, Lord Slosh, 1123, or I think it's just Lord Slosh. One of them.
It is Lord Slosh on.
Is it okay? Yeah, I dropped
on the Twitters / X's.
You can find me on Rumble and YouTube, and I'm always in the Melee Discord. So if anybody wants to chat with me in there, hit me up on X.
All right. So I just dropped all the links to his stuff are in the stream description, but I just dropped the link to his X in the chat as well. If you aren't following him, he's a good dude. And Nightmare says Xenia is a Xbox 360 emulator. Thank you for clearing that up. I did not know that. So yeah, and Crazy Lano says what Nightmare said. So, well, thanks for coming on. I had a blast chatting with you, as was Open Mic a couple weeks ago. So
nice talking to Ryan too for the first time.
Yeah. There was something I was going to mention earlier. I forgot what it was, but yeah, never mind about that. So, but for the rest of the week, tomorrow will be, as I mentioned earlier, because we talked about it quite a lot, to Satisfactory. I'll be doing more Chatisfactory with Lowest Expectations tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll be doing my Retro Rewind tomorrow evening. And we'll be finishing up trying to beat the rest of the levels with the enemy rockets cheat on, which is freaking hilarious. And then once we do that, we'll be moving over to Perfect Dark. And that's going to be a lot of fun because not that like I said, I love GoldenEye. I'm just really looking forward to playing through Perfect Dark games. I haven't played through Perfect Dark in probably just as long as GoldenEye, but like I said, Perfect Dark takes everything GoldenEye did and did it better. So,
oh yeah, it was there. It was there. Like it was, evolution of that kind of game. So, and
while I was playing it last week, I was informed of some things about it that I did not know about, thanks to Max Smalls.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you never brought those up.
And one of those things is that originally GoldenEye was going to be an on-rail shooter like Time Crisis, but they transitioned into it to being a full-fledged first-person shooter. And I was like, I did not know that, but that makes a lot of sense on why, like, when you are like aiming down sights, you can't move other than like leaning because there was going to be like a pedal, kind of like in some of those on-rail shooters. And similarly, he also informed me that in GoldenEye, when you reload, the gun just goes off screen and comes back up fully reloaded, just like a on-rail shooter does. Perfect Dark, all the guns have reload animations because, like I said, they took everything they did with GoldenEye and made it better. And that was always going to be a first-person shooter on console. It wasn't going to be a on-rails arcade shooter and then transition to a home console. So
that makes sense. Yeah, when you look at it,
I did not know that. Like, that makes perfect sense.
They had a documentary on GoldenEye. I can't remember when it came out, some years ago, and I don't know if they covered that in it or not. But I remember watching it.
Yes, because Max is like, "Hey, you should watch the GoldenEye documentary." I'm like, "I have watched it. I don't remember that in it, but I do need to rewatch it because I don't remember almost anything about it. But I do remember liking it. But I do need to go and rewatch the GoldenEye documentary because it was very good. And when I watch it again, I'm going to keep an eye out or ear out for the whole on-rail shooter thing because I literally do not remember that.
All I remember from it was these British guys in their 20s and 30s just kind of slumming around, enjoying making this game, and that's all I remember from it.
Yeah. So, but yes, I'll be doing some more finishing up GoldenEye and then moving on to Perfect Dark tomorrow night, and I'm very much looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
And then Thursday night, no open mic or Achievement Chasers. Achievement Chasers will be next week, and that is because I'm going to be over on Jeff's channel. That's Suns and Shadows. We're going to be talking Stargate.
Oh yeah,
SG1 on his Stargate files, and I need to get in touch with him to find out what episodes we're covering because I need to rewatch those. But I always love going over on Jeff's channel and talking Stargate, so I'll be over there on Thursday evening, and then I'll be doing some more Chatisfactory with Lowest on Friday. So that is what the rest of this week looks like. So thank you again, Slosh, for joining me for Party Chat. Everyone that was in chat. Yeah, it was a blast. So everyone in chat, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Everyone have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you all later. And as always, in the meantime, game on.